Serious, and you're looking for a Christ man, the one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do His will. I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put your faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play, cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on Congo.
American honor don't lack no soldiers. Through the Spirit of the Lord, we don't lack no soldiers. You understand me?
The same, black, Hispanic, native, they hate your ass the same. Hate Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate African soft niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell fully connected to the saint. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under Yahanna, ain't he murdered by them and got a hug from Yahanna. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priests bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ice agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game, put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves.
Aquí somos la Escuela Israelita del Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Hoy estamos aquí con la Lord Commander General Yahanna na ESUPK.
This is what Commander General Yahanna did. This is what he did.
First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. I had to dig.
That's right.
You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this that exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, I ain't listening. Is it factive? If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jake. So I walk, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be a storm.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.
Hey, shalom, everybody. This is Captain Malquad at the ISUPK. I'm standing here with the man with the plan, like I like to say on my podcast journal, Commanding General Yahanna. We here live at the Nashville Cookout, Nashville, Tennessee. But of course, right after this one, we got the Midwest Fire Weekend coming up, July 30th to August 2nd down in Chicago, Illinois. Commander General Yahanna, like always, the last couple of years, General, you've been doing a town hall meeting. This year, we're doing it again.
The water.
Damn
First
right.
of all, big shout out to you, Cap, man.
Right.
And your team, you got several new captains raised up.
Damn right,
Your
General.
squad is looking strong as can be.
That's right.
Y'all doing great work all over the whole Midwest.
Damn right,
It's a beautiful thing. The water for inviting me.
Appreciate you,
I
sir.
can't wait to get up there. And this is the first time I'm doing a full town hall. This ain't even no lecture no more.
Damn right.
They done went to the level of a town hall meeting.
That's
we
it,
having
sir.
a big town hall meeting up there. It's so important. You got the Iran war done just kicked off again. They made it mandatory for you to be signed up with the military, ready to go. So they're gonna try to send all our sons, all these wonderful, amazing brothers that we done woke up and put so much time in to wake up. They ready to take these brothers and get rid of them, send them to Iran to go die, so America can make more money to stomp on us even more.
Right.
Taking away our civil rights, taking away the DEI. They also want our sons. They are gonna want our sons to go die.
Right.
That they ain't trying to take away.
That's right.
They need to take it away with everything else.
That's right.
So that's a very important thing we need to all discuss as black people and unified. I was highly impressed that black people handled the nail salons and them Asian businesses.
Absolutely.
And put them on. They taking a major cut and they hurting bad. And it also shows us how much economic power we got, Cap. You know this.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we got that crisis going on.
Right.
So we got major trouble coming to our way.
Damn
So
right.
now it's time to have some serious town hall to seriously discuss what it is we need to be doing.
Damn right.
So I'm looking forward to that town hall meeting, man. Chicago. When is it? July?
July 30th to August 2nd.
July 3rd to August 2nd. And of course, that weekend is going to be the Midwest Fire Cookout. That joins every year. How many years running now, huh?
I want to say 10.
10 years, a decade running.
That's right.
The Midwest Fire Weekend, Cap. You've been rocking that thing out.
Man, I
it's been
appreciate
a
it.
pleasure every year. I come all the way from the East Coast.
That's right.
Just to get out there and get it on. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, Jonah, it's been a pleasure having you.
Most on
You being the head of the nation and showing
kind.
brothers and sisters what it is to truly serve Christ. Town hall meeting is very important.
Most
it's very
correct.
important. Like always, man, General Yahanna is doing this for our people, man. It's going to be free of charge. You in Chicago, show up.
That's it.
If you're not in Chicago, make the plans, come down, and come see what a real leader sound like, man.
Yeah, man.
And it's going to be off the chain. I already
Yeah,
know
man.
it.
Because we losing a lot of the old guard.
That's it.
But we ain't going to let it go.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? I'm coming all the way from New York to make sure I come in here and get with such a dynamic captain and all the men that work with him. So listen, you make the pilgrimage, town hall meeting.
That's right.
We're going to get it on, man. Where do we go from here, fam?
Damn
You know what I
right.
mean? We already showed our power with the Asians.
That's it.
Now let's think what else we need to step on.
That's it.
A whole lot we need to step on to
Damn
help
right.
us.
Damn
You know what I
right.
mean?
That's it.
So that's it.
Damn right. Man, listen, you heard it at first. The actual day of the town hall meeting will be July 31st. It's going down. Heavy information will be dropped. Again, the water to you, General.
Most
You
incredible.
know what I'm saying? Come to the Midwest Fire Weekend. We got 4 days of amazing things going on, but the town hall meeting itself is the main event. Do not miss this. And with that, shalom.
ISUPK, Trinidad and Tobago, under Commanding General Yahanna. We will be live on the streets, 91.9 FM. Every Thursday from 7 p.m. Hosted by Captain Zawapia Allah and Officer Maskoyak. ISUPK under Commanding General Yahanna. Live every Thursday night from 7 p.m. on the streets, 91.9 FM.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
They need food, housing, clothing. They need counseling. They need understanding of what's happened to them. They need an identity. They need to know the truth about the Lord. They need to be woke up to who the devil is. That's right. White man. That's what the hell they need. And you add that to black people, Latinos, and Native Indians, brother, then you're going to be able to do something. The whole reason I'm here saying these things to you, because these things are supposed to show you and give you hope. It's supposed to make you say to yourself, you know what, we got a kingdom coming. You know what, the Lord's judgment is coming. You know what, let's change our life.
I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, I ain't listening. Is it fact if revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jack. So I war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be a storm.
Yeah, don't have messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent, I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch me a whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course, get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick, I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about any part. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zach, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like the dark. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper Free. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking over. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent, I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that business like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me a whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our core. Yeah, I just got off the call, I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fork. He ain't locked in with the count and with the speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and out there. Came through with them steppers, niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent, I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole part. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our car. And I just made it call. We gon' start
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
I'm gonna test it. Oh shit.
Shalom,
Hey, what's going on out here? All the sisters tuning in. We back again Wednesday night Black Watch, holding it down for Commander General Yahanna on this channel. Like and subscribe, man. Like, share, and subscribe. In general, on this all the time. Shorts, podcast, videos, might pop in, might not. Who the hell knows? You know what I mean? Hardest working man in Israel. Like and share everything, man. You know what I mean? Big up for sure for holding this thing down, because this kingdom falls, brother. The UPKs, you know, creme de la creme, rising to the top, boy. Rising to the top with everything. All the wisdom, the understanding, prophecies. You know what I mean? The generals already said these ICE agents was abusing their wives and shit. Come to find out, the last one who shot the brother in the ICE stop, his ex-wife came out and spilled the beans. Spilled the beans, spilled the milk. Brother, hey, I'm gonna look for the audio. They say he picked up the 13-year-old daughter and threw her through a coffee table.
Dang.
Threw the broad through a coffee table. They say he would come in the shower with the wife and stick a gun to her head and say, "Listen, you know I could kill you anytime. I could kill you." She was living in terror. And brother, they say she would report it. And because of his military connections and police connections, they wouldn't do nothing. And she was saying this shooting is really their fault because they didn't listen when she made the report. Brother, this world needs us to lead and to rule it, because these heathens are they're not fit for rulership. Their rulership, it has a elastic limit. It stretches to a point and it can't go no more. You know what I mean? It's just they get tired, they get fatigue. They get what is this? How to say white fatigue and black fatigue? They get fatigue of justice. They can't dispense justice anymore. This is too tiring for them to do it. We need to be in charge, brother. We need to be right here. So we're gonna rock and roll tonight. Wednesday, y'all hang with us, y'all roll. You know what I mean? If there's any stories that y'all wanna hear us go into, you could always post it in the comment section. You know what I mean? Post it up in the comments, or send us the link of the story. You know what I mean? At this point, the whole nation is a newsroom. You know what I mean? Because these newsrooms and newspapers getting shut down, they're getting bought out, they're getting all kinds of things. So they're getting bribed, you know what I mean? They're getting bribed. So if you're hearing about something and seeing something that ain't in the major news, you know what I mean? Just send it in or send a message, post it in the comments. We'll deal with it right then and there.
That's
so,
right.
You know what I mean? Where y'all wanna start?
If I could, so we can start with the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? All these stories we're gonna go into tonight is just highlighting everything that Commander General Yahanna and the men of the ISUPK has been teaching since 1969, which is that this empire and this oppression that we are under is something that is only be explained in the Bible. for black people, for many years, we've wondered, man, why do these people hate us so much? What did we ever do for them to treat us so cruelly? What did we ever do for them to, despise us and hate us so much? Man, the answer to that is in this book called the Bible. The same Bible that your grandmama had sitting on her mantle, the same Bible that they would go and sing songs in church, but never would open up and read. The answers to understanding our oppression and the keys to us being able to get free and to come back, to the greatness that the Most High once gave us is inside of this book. And only in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yahanna are you going to be able to get the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that is contained in this book to know how to, do what it is that the Lord called us to do, to be the people that he called us to be so that we could reclaim our righteous place on this earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Like in these days that we're living in, the oppression and the cruelty and the evil that we're going to see on display was prophesied in the Bible. And so for us as a nation, as God's chosen people, we have to understand that the wars that we see and being fought, the fight that's going on outside is not our fight. Our fight is internal, meaning we got to turn back to, we got to correct ourselves and become who the Lord called us to be so that we can be delivered, man. But if you want to understand what's going on in this country, you want to understand why, things are getting so much worse and why there's so much cruelty and evil and wickedness in the earth, you're going to get the answers right here in the ISUPK.
That's right. That's right. That's right, brother. Listen, man, where you all want to rock with? You know what I mean? And Sako, that's so heavy because this is a time that's, I would imagine, is very confusing to somebody in the world. It's very, if you plugged in, you'd be like, let's imagine you're a young brother or sister, and you're looking at the situation with Nolan Wells, or with so many of the brothers and sisters that went missing, or like even the sister for the young sister who was handcuffed recently in South Carolina, and it was an old white man who was pretending to be a cop. You all remember that? And she was running. She got out of the car and she ran, and a truck driver saw her and stopped and called the police. I remember the white man wasn't really a cop. He was going to violate that sister and kill her. Like, even if you're a young person, you may not be in the truth. You may not have, parents around or adults to school you and help you out. And you might be seeing these things with Nolan Wells and Carmelo Anthony, and you might not be able to make sense of this. Just think back to before you understood the truth, and you're seeing it. You know something wrong, but you can't make no sense of it. And church telling you can't be angry, you can't be racist, you can't call a spade a spade. But even the white man would demonize pit bulls. Remember, pit bulls was a problem, and they say, well, I think in Maryland, the state of Maryland, you can't buy a pit bull. If you had one before, that's fine, but you can't get a new pit bull right now.
Constant.
It's illegal because would you say Maryland is pit bullist, like a racist? Would you say Maryland is evil? You would say, okay, no, not every pit bull is the same, but the ones that have done violence is enough for us to say we have to ban these animals. So now imagine where that shit should apply to these oppressors. It's not. And you go into school with them and they laughing and making fun. Remember with Trayvon Martin, they did the Skittles, and they had the whole Trayvon Martin challenge where you had to bend up on the floor and the Skittles. Imagine you're a young child seeing all of that, and you don't understand what the hell is going on, brother. It's a rough time to be in the earth. It's a rough time to be Black and Latino experiencing the pressure, the oppression of America without the truth. Rough. It's absolutely rough. I pray for all people out there who haven't woken up to the truth just yet to find the truth and gain understanding, because this thing could make you an addict. It could make you suicidal. It could drive up depression. It could just make you so much a shell of yourself, make you ineffective, make you not being able to take care of yourself or your family. So much people suffer because of the oppression we experience individually and not able to cope with it individually. And it trickles down. It affects our whole community, our whole society. You know what I mean? So this is a very, very rough time that we dealing with. This is and this is the other thing. the witchcraft is so heavy, it seems like normal life when this shit is not normal. It's not normal how we live and what we going through. This shit is not normal.
Come. Yeah. And so, like I said, if I could, what you just said was heavy. You know what I'm saying? Especially that last part, that none of this is normal. You know, for some of us, you know, having kids is just let me know how much time has gotten away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I came into the truth, so like I was a young man. I don't know what's going on with my camera. When I came into the truth, I was a young man, but you know, the world was cruel and evil, and there was a sense of it isn't supposed to be this way.
Right.
But now it's like the last 20 so years, so much has been normalized that a lot of young brothers and sisters don't know that this isn't the way it's always been. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talk about, like, okay, for instance, being young, I remember police brutality was like Rodney King. And it was, you know, these one-off instances. Well, if you somebody that's only been on the earth for 25 years, you think that Trayvon Martin and Sandra Bland and Freddie Gray and Eric Gardner and, you know what I'm saying, Mike Brown, you think that's normal. You think these things happen all the time when it's like, nah, man, it didn't used to be this way, at least not publicly. At least it wasn't in our face. Like there used to be some sense of, you know, I'm even at a loss of words, but I can only imagine what it's like for somebody who's younger than we are and not in the truth. Like they don't know that this isn't normal. They don't know that this isn't how it always has been. That they're, you know, so for them, it's like to ask them to stand up, to ask them to push back, to ask them to, you know, be proud of who you are and who the Lord called you to be is almost foreign. Like, and I'm starting to see it sometimes when we out there on the streets teaching. It's like there's a younger generation that's like, what y'all mad about? It's like it's always been like this. We always been oppressed. The white man always been empowered, in control, and it's like, nah, brother. Like we've been so terrorized in this place that to be terrorized is normal. It's like, what y'all mad about? Why are you complaining? When that's what the Lord says. You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit of the Most High. That's the Holy Spirit to, you know what I'm saying, see the oppression of our people and to be mad, to speak about it, to say something. For so long, black people have been beaten down, and the fake leaders that we have, you know, that the oppressor has propped up, they've taught us to just accept it and go along and get along and just put your head down and get an education and go to college and you can save yourself and save your family. You'll be all right. That's all that matters. When it's like, nah, man, our people are destroyed. What good does it make if I make it out and I'm able to secure some financial security or live in a nice neighborhood with our oppressor, and then they come and unalive my child like they did Nolan Wells? Like we're learning firsthand in real time that the dream we were sold 60 years ago of assimilating and integrating into our oppressor's culture was freedom. That was how we were going to escape. Now we got to see that the only way that we're going to be able to have any type of change, have any type of peace, is if we come together. And coming together is not enough, because if we come together under the culture our oppressor gave us, we're going to come together and unalive each other. We're going to come together and whore out our daughters. We'll come together and all our sons will be, you know, homosexuals. We got to come together and serve the Lord. We got to come together in righteousness so that we can be a strong, mighty nation of righteous men and of honorable women, so that we can build something that the Lord can be pleased with. A lot of what's going on right now in this society, God is not pleased with it, which is why it can't prosper. The economy, the AI bubble, all of these things that's going on. Every turn our oppressor makes to try and fix the problems in this society, the Lord is stamping it out. And so we got to recognize, man, there's something that's supernatural. There's something that's higher than man's comprehension that is going on in this place. And that's the side that we need to be on. You know what I'm saying? And the way that we get ourselves on that side is by coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, coming back to the righteousness that he gave us, so that we can be a people that God can say, I'm going to deliver them. But as long as we join in with our oppressor and we're accepting all of these evil, dishonorable, you know, against the laws of God and man ways of life, man, we're going to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm running on a little bit, but that's the most important thing for brothers to understand, is that this time that we living in, these stories that we're going to cover tonight, this is something that our oppressor can't control. They trying their best. They trying to go to war. They trying to build the AI, building data centers. But the Lord at every turn is destroying them. You know what I'm saying? He's destroying them with the health. You can't even eat lettuce no more. Can't eat lettuce and goddamn grapes and berries. You can't go where you work your job. All the retirement money is getting siphoned away with the damn stock market. You know what I'm saying? You try to go into the military. You think you can get some security there. They're going to send you over to the Middle East and bombs are going to drop on your head. There's no way to escape what God is doing to America. Only thing you can do is get on the side of the Lord. And that's what we teaching you here in the Israelite School of UPK under Command of General Yahanna. So, Salaki, sir, you got it.
That's right. You want to jump right into these stories? Let's see if we can get through a few of them for sure. You got some good ones. You got some good ones up in there, brother. Some good. I mean, a lot of them related to. If you want to start with BB and then go ahead, Cap, please, Salaki.
Yeah, I was thinking about going into my man Mamdani in New York, who thought he was talking big. He had to backtrack because he thought because Netanyahu was coming to New York. He told us something. He's gonna arrest him. Trump was like, "No, you're not." You know what I mean? He went up.
Listen, at this point, I think we really in a. We really watching the greatest reality TV there ever was. I think you ever hear the old school say believe half of what you hear and none of what you see. This is the time we in at. I don't know if you remember it when Mamdani got elected. Commander General Yahanna said he is their boy.
Yeah,
he the small hats. He's not like the first Arab mayor or nothing. He's not that. Even when they had the attack on him, remember they had some attack where they had some pipe bomb or something they threw at a rally. The general said all that's just them. Like he did what he needed to do to get in there, to get the minorities on board with him, and he'll just serve Trump now. And the sign of it was they was talking big during his election, but once he got elected, remember he came to the White House and stood right next to in the Oval Office to that table that Trump sits on, and it was normal. It's like they go work together and this and that and that and this. So when Mamdani said, "I ain't gonna do this," you know, that was the plan from the jump. Remember, he was a DJ. He was in TikTok DJ. He plays the music the people want to hear. You think he's slow? This is the Pied Piper, you know. He is the Pied Piper. So, like, go ahead, Cap.
No, I was going to say that picture. If you get that picture with him in the Oval Office, you can tell who was in charge. You understand? And what brothers and sisters gonna have to understand is these people in power, they are swayed by money, by people who backing them with money. You understand?
Yeah.
And you know what I mean, to them. I think John Hammond who said politics is a game that snakes play.
Snakes play.
Yeah. And we are mice, you know what I mean, to them.
And mice think they could play.
And mice what?
Think they could play.
Yes. You understand? Like these are snakes. Both of them.
Yep.
You understand? One just saying what you want to hear, the other one saying what the other half want to hear, and everybody against them. But they're both working together.
Yeah.
That's why he can't do nothing with Netanyahu. They can't do nothing with him. You understand? Because they're working hand in hand. And he could cry how much to make it look or appear as if he's not with the government. But he is.
Hand in hand, hand in hand right there for you.
Yeah. And all this is you know what I mean? Like, if you could see behind the scene, you'll see somebody editing with the speech, doing everything. Now you'll see this. Like, if this is your enemy, if this is the man who you're against, why ain't there shaking hands? Why ain't there shaking hands with him? And he's sitting down on a seat of power and you standing up.
Yep.
You understand?
If
and we all go ahead.
No, go ahead, otherwise let me cut you off.
No, you go ahead. Salaki. I yield.
Well, I was just gonna say, man, what you're saying is so heavy, Adawan. It's if you think that there's gonna be some type of politicians that's about to get all rebellious and stand up for what's right, and make the stand up against the evil powers and the president and go out and fight for the people. If you think something like that's about to happen, you way far behind. That is not nowhere near the type of time we in. You know what I mean? And it's really never been in America where you're gonna have some politician that's fighting for the people. Like you said, like Yahanna said, it's just a big play. They playing musical chairs. They all having drinks together later on. They all probably dealing with the same prostitutes and just putting on a show. Just putting on a show for the people. Like, oh, I'm against Bill 1995. No, I stand for Bill 1995. It's for the people. And then we just sit back, yeah. And then afterwards, they're like, okay, yeah, well, go ahead and give me that money, and then I'll go ahead and we'll pass that bill. But I'll talk to you later, man. See you at lunch. That's what's really going on.
If I could, sir, it's kind of like Kapash is saying. It's kind of like when you find out that the prosecutor and your lawyer and the judge go to lunch together.
Yeah.
He said, you look around, they're sitting there together talking and planning to have a picnic later. I mean, you just there in limbo. I mean, so you don't know who to trust. I mean, that's why I think the law for the school, man, there's somebody you could trust who's gonna tell us the truth. Because if not for that, we're just being out. Like I used to look at people and be like, how could you not? Now I just feel bad for people because it's like they're literally, as Christ said, sheep without a shepherd. Sheep without a shepherd, sir. When you understand that concept, that's a person. That's an animal in a bad place. I mean, if he's not devoured yet, it's because they let him get a little fatter. That's how he lives his life. I mean, anytime somebody could come over and devour him. So black people, Hispanics, and Native American Indians in America, we've been nothing but sheep without a shepherd, and believe everything you see in the news. I mean, Salaki, I yield.
Salaki, sir, if I could, you know what I'm saying, what Captain Kapas was bringing out was heavy. Brothers and sisters think that, the movies like The Gladiator are real. Or movies like, what I'm saying, I'm trying to think of another one where there's some great figure that's going to appear and going to, be within the society or within the structure of the power structure, but rebel against the power structure and do something amazing to fight for justice and to fight for the rights of the people. When we not living in those times, we not living the movie The Gladiator is not real, meaning there's not going to be some person that rises from the grit of the streets and goes and gets a college education and goes and becomes a governor, becomes a mayor, becomes a senator, and then topples the U.S. government from the inside. Like, they've been playing this game for a long, long time. The structure was established for these people who have what it takes to get to the top, to get there and then solidify their position. So Mom Donnie, going from being a TikTok DJ to being the mayor of New York City, his job is to get in front of you and say, we're going to fight for the people. We're going to socialize New York City. We're going to turn the rent upside down. We're going to increase the pay for every worker. And then once he gets in office, his job is to do whatever it takes so that he can stay in office. Now, there may be some small, minor, incremental changes that were going to be changes that were made regardless, but he's not going to topple the government. And listen to what we're talking about. Arresting Benjamin Netanyahu. They having conversations on the TV every day about how AIPAC, which is an Israeli lobbying organization, controls all of Congress. Didn't they pass a bill last week now this might be, I might be getting my news confused with internet conspiracy theories because it sounds like a conspiracy. But didn't they merge the U.S. U.S. military with the Israeli military? Or am I tripping? Did I get what's not catfished? Did I get caught up with the news? Is that a real story or
they call it a deep fake?
It was deep fake. So I got deep fake, Salakia.
No. I don't know if it's true or not. I think I heard something like that. That there's some sort of overlap. It's not a merge, but it's some sort of overlap with some of the branches and the Israeli military.
With that as the news, you think they're gonna let Benjamin Netanyahu get locked up? Do you think that these people, since when does the U.S. respect international courts' opinions? When has the U.S. ever cared what the damn what's the world group called where the United Nations? America ain't never cared what the United Nations had to say about anything because the United Nations military power is America. So America and Israel violates all the treaties and all the accords of the United Nations because who's going to do something? Who's going to stop us? So for anybody who really believe, now the headquarters of the United Nations is in New York City. You think Mamdani being a mayor, he has power to exercise international law against a sovereign dignitary on U.S. soil? If you thought that, if you believe that, then I got a bridge in Idaho to Mexico to sell you. You know what I'm saying? Like I got, give me your money. I got a stock that's going to hit tomorrow. You got to get in now. You know what I'm saying? The buying price is $50,000 a share, and it's going to jump up like stock. I mean, like SpaceX. If you believe that, then you know you should wake up. You should hear. You should listen to the Minute of ISUPK and hear what we're saying, because listening to our oppressor, believing what the TV tells you, all you're going to do is be hurt and abused and taken advantage of, and that's what politics is all about. Salaki, sorry.
Yeah, just to add to what you're saying, they say it's a proposal. It's called the United States Israel Defense Technology Cooperation Initiative. So it wasn't passed as yet. Just a proposal. I think they're gonna try to implement in 2027. So, yeah, a certain branch.
Well, if I could,
they're probably doing military exercises already. They're probably doing military exercises together already. But if they're probably doing dry runs and drills, and who the hell knows?
Yeah, and you're right, Cap, because the technology is what they're using on Gaza right now. So, you know what I mean? They're testing it right now, basically.
Yep.
And Salaki too, and just if I could, what Captain Shock said is absolutely heavy, and it's the truth. For years, police departments, high, quote unquote, high elite police departments across America have been trained by the Israeli special forces. I know specifically the police department in Virginia Beach. I think there was an article. I can't remember if we did it or I can't remember, but specifically, Virginia Beach police is one of the ones who spent all that money to pay the Israelis to come over here and train them in Israeli special forces tactics. And that's been going on across the country for about the past 15 years, as far as I know. So they definitely already, like what Captain Shock was saying, it's all that's already been taking place within the police departments.
Like, you just remind me too, Kazak Salaki, that whole police that city in Atlanta, that police city in Atlanta,
yep,
is them, Small Hats.
Kawakan.
You know what I mean? So they already tied all the way in. They just need paperwork now to, you know what I mean, bring it all the way in. You know what I mean? I yield. Cap, I don't know if you want to the story, the second one, where you can hear Mamdani, you know what I mean, talking through his side of his neck.
Yeah, if you definitely let's get it. If just so we this was a picture of where Captain Kazak was just talking about New York National Guard soldiers learn urban search and rescue skills from Israeli experts. This is now, of course, this is the politically correct photo op. you could say.
Yep.
And you know, this one here in the red hat, I think this little thing on his sleeve is one of their signs, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean?
Comic-Con.
Yeah, that little kind of trident, you know, shield type, not shield, but stars looking type of thing. So this is them here, but that's you know, for political correctness. You know, but they training them in being brutal and absolutely brutal is the word, and they're doing it in the Caribbean too. In the hot ass Caribbean weather, they were in ski masks, they were in the poo shiesty with the full tactical gear. And that you know, I know for sure Trinidad Police Department trained with New York Police Department and got military riot gear from New York Police Department. So it's all small hats, you know, running everything. So we definitely should touch on the, you know, get the two stories. You can probably read a little bit of 1 and 2 just to get people cued in. I know we started talking about it, but let's get a little bit of the stories.
I think 2 is the 2 is the video. I think 1 is the story.
Okay, no sweat. Let me see. Go ahead and start reading. Let me see if I could pull the video. All right.
Comic-Con. Trump's like it. Trump says Benjamin Netanyahu will not be arrested if he visits the U.S. Israeli Prime Minister is subject of an arrest warrant issued by International Criminal Court over alleged war crimes in Gaza. Donald Trump, has said Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, will not be arrested if he visits the U.S. His comments came days after Zoran Mondani, the New York City mayor, said he was exploring whether his administration could arrest Netanyahu if he visits the city during the UN General Assembly in September. In a Truth Social post on Monday, Trump said Netanyahu, who has been the subject of an International Criminal Court arrest warrant since November 2024 over alleged war crimes in Gaza, will not be arrested in any way, shape, or form while in the United States of America. Trump added that Netanyahu is fighting against the Islamic Republic of Iran and said the only ones that should be arrested are the people that led Iran into this unprecedented spiral of death and destruction.
So like here.
Wait,
Yeah, go ahead.
You ought to arrest yourself then, because you start the war.
Right.
Go ahead, Cap Salaki.
Nah, like, you know what I mean? That's just sure, you know what I mean? The Bible, you know what I mean? Right now, that Job 9 and 24 is screaming, jumping out at you. The earth is giving into the hands of the wicked. These are evil people running this earth. You understand? Evil and wicked people running this earth. You know what I mean? And it was evil for these other nations to think that black people was the fault for the way we were. You understand? It's evil. Like, just imagine this man, the same court America set up after, I think, World War II? After World War II, they went and set up the ICC, or ICJ. These both courts. He is wanted by them as a war criminal, as a genocidal maniac. And you inviting this man in? Which lets you know, like, this whole, now black people should go and check when they say war on drugs. Really go check and see what they mean by war on drugs now.
Right.
They've been lying to us all along. You understand? The real enemy is the oppressor the Bible, the white man the Bible speaks of. He's the enemy to blacks, Hispanics, and to push it to the entire earth.
Yeah.
He's the problem on the earth right now. You understand? You could throw the Russians in, you could throw the Ukrainians in, you could throw the Israelis, you could throw America in. They're the problem on the earth right now. They are. Like, just imagine that. Like, you have this man is charged for being for committing genocide. You know what the hell is that? You know the steps it takes. They had to take to get you to where say you were, this is genocide.
Mm-hmm.
And he passed all. I remember a year into it, they did not want to say it was genocide he was committing.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden people is saying it. Because it's proven by these people who went to school and studied the I forget the degree you have for to be able to label a genocidal act. There's a degree you have to go and get. And all of them see they're committing genocide. Brother, I think Mashak, you the one who sent me the story with them
with the bombs?
Testing, not just the bombs, testing they were shooting kids in the head.
Yeah.
In the chest.
Yep.
And the testicles.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing shooting practice, the doctor was saying. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely it's like very unprecedented, at least unprecedented in terms of what the media is able to show. I don't know how much of if it was always like this, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was always like this, but because of these damn cameras on the internet, you're getting to see and hear things that, probably was not all the way reported like before. So it's yeah, go ahead, Salak.
Salak, I'm waiting to see when Benjamin Netanyahu visits New York, if they decide to teach this Mamdani a lesson,
yeah,
show up to his office. That would be hilarious. I mean, they show up to his office, and walk around and show him around.
They can shake his hand. They can shake his hand. Say, Zohan, go make us one of them. Go make us one of them burritos you were serving on your fruit truck with your friends back in the day. Them burritos you was making on them sandwiches, Zohan. Yeah, right here. Where the apron too? Where the apron too? Just send him to get coffee for Benjamin. Yeah, because Trump is all about the hazing rituals of Warrior. That's heavy right there. That's heavy you say that, because that's their people right there. That's them. You know what I mean?
So like, if I may too, sir.
Yeah, please.
And this right here, just to see how the United States refuses to call Netanyahu a war criminal, refuses to acknowledge the arrest warrant from the International Criminal Court. I remember when I was a senior in high school, and I remember this because it was so, even back then, it was so strange how they were pushing this, and it seemed like it came out of nowhere, and the push was so strong. There was some stinking African cat named Coney, and I remember out of nowhere they just kept showing us stuff in all our classes about Coney, war criminal, genocide.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like they painted him out to be like he was the new Hitler. And I remember vividly in my senior year in high school, I'm like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, why we keep seeing stuff about this Coney cat? And as I'm hearing what they was, I go back and look what they was accusing Coney of. That's Benjamin Netanyahu.
Right.
But you not pushing Netanyahu in the schools and showing how he's a war criminal. Like you're not trying to brainwash and propagandize to these high school kids how this is a war criminal, just like Coney. But it's just, to me, it's just a hypocrisy. White people's hypocrisy and selective morality, picking and choosing when you want to have morals and what you care about. Like if we have morals, the President Bush should have been arrested once they found out what those soldiers was doing in Abu Ghraib in Iraq.
Yeah,
like those are war crimes. They should have been this place is full of hypocrisy, and it makes it very white people. You make your case very hard to have a moral stance or moral authority on anything because you don't stand for anything consistently. You pick and choose when you want to stand for it. So, like, yeah, there you go, right there.
There you
Joseph.
go.
If I could add on to what you're saying is so heavy. In Genesis 6:5, it said, "And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually." And then you read more, and it says how the Lord said, "Look, I'm going to destroy man from the face of the earth." We're getting back to those times when the Lord is going to be looking at this place and just judgment day, just wipe pretty much most of this damn thing out the place. That's why the prophets is here to tell you, like, it's bad. Like, this is basically turned into hell on earth with demons, outright all running the whole country. Demons, devils, where like it was in the scriptures where the Lord said, I got to just clean slate. I got to just basically tear everything out. I'll save a couple here and there. He saved Noah and his 3 sons and restarted. Like, that's what the judgment day is coming. And that's why we've been teaching. That's why the prophets is here. So you can get right, so you can avoid the judgment. Because all these people who are just going along to get along, NPCs, which is they call non-playable character, which is somebody who just, do what they programmed to do.
Right.
You being like that in this empire, following what this empire is teaching and pushing on the earth, you ain't gonna make it through Judgment Day. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna make it through Judgment Day because you're gonna be doing the same thing everybody else is doing. What they said they was doing before the flood, giving in marriage. Basically, everybody's just having sex,
right?
And that's it. Just looking around, and that's what this world is. This kingdom is trying to push our people to so much hopelessness to where only thing that really matters is just getting ready to have some sex again. Like, we're just a bunch of whores and whoremongers. Like, that's what it's trying to push our people to where we don't consider nothing else. You know what I mean? Because of all this wickedness, and we don't have no guidance, and we just like animals. Just I don't know nothing about none of that stuff. It's bad, it's wrong, but shoot, I'm just worried about where I'm gonna have some sex again. These hoes and these women, the hoes is worried about where the men at. Give me some money. Let me get some money. That's what this empire is pushing. Just straight madness and foolishness.
Yeah.
So like I said, if I could also too, what would America look like locking up Benjamin Netanyahu for war crimes when America's doing to black people what Benjamin Netanyahu was trying to do to the Gazans? Like the whole Israeli plan is them taking a page out of the America's book. They want to do to Gaza what America did, what the white man, what America did to the Native American Indians. They're trying to forcibly remove some people off of their land, and the way that they're doing it is by unaliving them, by just poisoning them, unimaginable cruelty in terrorist acts, and they're getting them off the land. And now they're starting. I've seen in the news stories they building ditches. Mile-long ditches so that nobody can even cross back into the land. They building up sandbag walls so that people can't come back into the territory that they've taken. Like, America doesn't have any moral standing to tell Benjamin Netanyahu or anybody else that what they're doing against people is wrong, because look at America's track record. Like, what America actively is doing right now with ICE against us Latino brothers in this country. What they want to do, what they're doing with the prison industrial complex with black people in this country. America doesn't have a moral standing to point the finger at anybody and say, oh man, you're committing crimes against humanity. So of course Donald Trump is going to come out and say, yeah, Benjamin Netanyahu good to go, man. He's safe here. Why? Because Donald Trump want to be able to go other places and be safe. Like, if America was in a position to be able to arrest someone like Benjamin Netanyahu, just like Donald Trump said in his statement, Benjamin Netanyahu is fighting a war against Iran, and the people that should be going to jail are the people that propped up this regime and enabled them to be able to acquire the wealth and that power they have. That's Donald Trump condemning himself. Like he's the reason that the Iranians have gotten all this money, are in position to lock down the Strait of Hormuz. So of course, you know, it's like there's no honor among thieves. You know what I'm saying? Like meaning the thieves working together are not going to lock each other up. They're going to defend each other and make sure that everything is all right and they can flow and do what they want to do, because that's, you know, it's helping support. They're helping support one another. What the Israelis are doing to the Gazans, they have the full support of the United States of America. And what America is doing to Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people, they have the full support and the assistance of the Israelis. So like it, sir.
Listen, Cap, I wish it was just that simple of, you know, no honor amongst thieves and they're working together. Trump know he cannot arrest Bibi because a tape will be released from prison of Trump and a 13-year-old girl. A tape will be released from prison of Trump with was the one who he was with? Bill Clinton.
Come.
Trump. What did they call Bill? I forget. What's the name they called Bill? Bubba. A tape would be released with him and Bubba, and it'll show how fond Trump is of Bubba. Like that's what this is right here. This is safe passage or else. And this is at a time where Trump is fighting tooth and nail for the midterm election act. Keep that in mind. Remember the midterm is around the corner. The midterm is around the corner. Right up to now, we don't know fully what happened to Lindsey Graham. We don't fully know what happened to Lindsey Graham, but his sister says she want to take the job permanently now. It's a family affair. Like Bibi is telling him, listen, if you don't want to derail this midterm, you're gonna make sure I'm good in the hood. I'm gonna check in, and you better hold them goons back. You better give me safe passage. They like to talk. Listen, they like to talk like our gang culture is bad when they're doing it in a suit and tie. You check. You gotta get the brother who Godala interview 55th crib. You get a 55th crib because Bibi told him if you don't allow me safe passage, I'm gonna snitch. He letting them know, listen, man, you gonna let me go where I want to go. I'm coming through. You just make sure things is right, unless you want the internet to see you and Bubba and that little girl that you claim to not know about. Like, this is what all that is. Now, because listen, imagine that for the New York mayoral race, he won. This cat, New York, 5 boroughs, he won. You understand who you're playing with, Ak?
Yeah.
This ain't no honor amongst thieves. This is remember who you work for. Remember the hand that feeds you. Remember the hand that fed you. When you had a taste for the kinder, I gave you the kinder. When you had a taste for the prime cocaine or heroin, what's that thing that leave the black by your eye that they say Elon Musk was on?
Ketamine.
When you had a taste for all them expensive exotic drugs, who got you? Who I'm your pusher, man. I got that thing for you. I'm your pusher. When I step to New York, you better make sure them cops go arrest them niggas, and don't put them handcuffs you put on them spics and them niggas on my hands. Make sure that shit. You give me safe passage to and fro, or else. That's what this is about. This ain't about nothing else.
If I could, sir.
Please,
if I could. Trump thought about them tapes. He thought about those evidence. And he said, "Let he who is without sin." That's the first He said, "Let he who is without sin," because like what y'all saying is so heavy, because he understands that if he's a war criminal, then we're all war criminals. And he knows, how the system works. They can refer to some court case where somebody else got convicted and say, well, we got to convict you. So they're not putting their necks on the chopping block like that. They'll never take such a risk.
Listen, I get that. This ain't got nothing to do with I'm a war criminal, you a war criminal. This ain't have nothing to do with that. Remember, Trump is the man who made fun of John McCain or John Cain. Yeah, John McCain was by all American standards a war hero. Captured. You know, remember he couldn't lift his shoulders up. That's from being in that cell for I think it was a year or 2 years or something like that. It was like a cage or something he was in for so long, where he couldn't really move and his muscles suffered atrophy. And they came for him. He sent his men home before. He said he's gonna stay being a POW so that his men could go free. Trump called him a loser. He said good soldiers don't get caught. Now that would be a moral dilemma. That would be like, well, I never served. I can't talk about him. He served. He went out there. That would be a moral question. Now, if John McCain had tapes, Trump wouldn't make them statements. This have nothing with morality, brother. It have nothing to do with morality and moral code. And who am I to lock Bibi up when we did this to that would mean he cares about the victims. That would mean it's like, well, you know, I really did this. I can't do that. You know, my hands is dirty. I can't do that. That would mean Trump got a conscience like David. Well, I can't build the kingdom. My hands is too bloody. My son got to do it. Nah, this ain't about that. This is about tapes, VHS tapes, Betamax tapes, CDs and DVDs. 3 for $5. 3 for $5. You see the new Trump, the Trump talk. The bootybooty.com.trump. You want to see White House magic? I got it here for sale. That's what BB telling me. BB telling him. You remember Cinemax we used to call it Skinemax back in the day. Those of you who old enough to remember. Trump After Dark. Part 24. This is that thing. This is straight up thuggery, criminality, top level mafia man business. This is that. He has to go over me. I have to yield to him, or else I'll have my place and my seat removed. This ain't about morals. Morals. He would deport an immigrant, and his wife is illegal. Wife was bought to him by Jeffrey, gift wrapped. This ain't about morals at all. Don't even think he has morals. He has zero more. Listen, the World Cup was Sunday. Spain won. He walked over with the president of FIFA holding the trophy. He want to be in it. They gave the captain the fucking trophy. Now the tradition is the captain gets the trophy. They call 3, 2, 1, and the fireworks and confetti go up, and then the captain lifts the trophy up like this, and they all jump up, and they're trying to usher Trump out the frame. It's like, come on, go. Trump waved off the FIFA president and stood right there like he was a Spaniard on the damn team. Morals. This motherfucker, yeah, he ain't got no morals. Morals. What the fuck is that shit?
No squabble. I forget.
he ain't got no scruples. He's unscrupulous. This is an unscrupulous man right here. He got no scruples. None. Morals. You know what I mean? Arawaja said Trump got to finger everything. Yes. Yeah. No. And listen, he fingered everything, and BB got the tapes. BB got the tapes. And listen, my last point, I'm a lot of this. You know he's a deviant because, God damn it, because you all remember, right? A couple of weeks ago, last week, he said, yeah, we're going to hit Iran real hard tonight. Let Iran know we're hitting them hard tonight. Why everything got to be fucking sexual? Like the way he said it, he ain't saying, man, we are going to blow up their military. We're going to blow up their facilities. We're going to disable them. We're going to hit their water source. The people are going to. Y'all better talk to your. He said, let them know tonight we're gonna hit them hard, or we're gonna hit them so. I'm gonna find the footage. This is who you're dealing with, Zach. He to him, killing people is like sex. But we're gonna hit them so hard. They're gonna be hit tonight like they've never been hit before. They're gonna be hit.
That's how you talk. Yeah,
that's him. This is him. This is who we talking about here, brother. It's them tapes why BB could walk the streets of New York. So like, go ahead.
No, just to add to what you're saying to Cap, and it's not just the Donald Trump. It's some of the men in Congress too with him. You understand? Because they could fully well go against what he's saying, and and do something and try to do something about it. But everybody just falling in line with it because of them tapes. You understand? They very well know what's going on. It's almost as if, they have a certain level of understanding amongst each other. You understand? Because lo and behold, Sako, while it was speaking on the America and their crimes, against God chosen people, you all remember when America apologized for slavery? What year? It was in 2008 to 2009. They gave a formal apology. You understand? Which lets you know you apologizing for slavery, but then you coming on the same back and what? Committing a genocide, being in league with a genocide, which means America didn't care about your slavery.
Right.
They never cared about your slavery. They just do it just to save face, so that they could look as if they have some, sympathy. They understand they did something wrong. You understand? This here is showing you that slavery to them was a must. You understand? It was a must, and Black people need to know their place. Hispanics need to know their place. Native Indians need to know their place. They don't give a damn. Otherwise, you won't be doing another genocide. Hand in hand, because the bombs they say they're using on them people it's ridiculous. I yield.
If I could add one quick scripture, man, what you saying? It's heavy. Jeremiah 13:23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. Like they are accustomed to doing evil. They're not accustomed to doing good. So when you Blacks, Hispanics, and Americans, when you see these people, just know, they're on a different like atmosphere than us. They're on a whole different level than us. They so different than us. Like the scripture says, two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Like you could never think like they think. The way they think is in a whole nother dimension. The way they think, the way they see things. They are the way you would try to do what's right, and to them, they're trying to do what's wrong. They're trying to figure out how to make their evil profit them. Like, okay, how can I profit from this evil? And that's all they care. That's all they are. It's just the evil. Like the scripture says, they were born. Or what did it say about it? The wicked are estranged from the womb.
Yeah,
they were born this way. You can't fix these people, and it's crazy how they pushed on us like we're going to change them by being beat by them, by getting our children, our churches bombed, and our kids unalived. We're going to change them, and then made it seem like we changed them when they didn't change. They just figured out another way for their evil to profit them.
Yeah.
In a new package, you know what I mean? And then at the same time created a prison complex that got more people in prison than slavery. So, at the same time putting us in slavery all over again. The track list of evil is as long as it can be. Like they starving out Cuba right now. They tried the same thing they was doing to Gaza, blocking the trucks from sending aid. America's doing that to Cuba. In all these and all types of other places they're doing it too. Venezuela, Haiti, different things that they're doing. So, it's just a crazy thing, and it's hard to wrap your mind around it if you've been so Christianized. Like if you've been in that Christian church all this so long, and you still got that Christian mindset, you're gonna be like, we got this. There's all what do they always say? There's some good. Some of them are good. When Christ said there ain't none good but God. So you going against what Christ said, trying to say there's some good white people. So it's just a lot to consider with these devils, man.
Yep.
Where you want to go next? We don't. Oh, let me play this Mamdani video. The one from the article, real quick. All right.
No volume, Carl.
Against the Palestinians. Benjamin Netanyahu is a.
You could hear now?
Yeah.
Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal, the architect of a horrific genocide against the Palestinian people. He is responsible for the killing of more than 73,000 people, for the maiming of tens of thousands of children, as though they survive undergo amputation without anesthesia, for the targeting of neonatal hospitals and maternity care centers, denying newborns even the chance to live, for the countless people he starved as he blocked food and humanitarian aid from reaching them, for the gunning down of hundreds of aid workers and journalists. And just last month, the UN confirmed that Palestinian children continue to be deliberately targeted and killed by Israeli armed forces, more than 8 months after the so-called ceasefire. The list goes on and on, all as we, as Americans, pay for the bombs that do the killing. There is a reason the International Criminal Court issued a warrant for his arrest. As human beings, we have spent generations building a shared understanding that there are crimes so grave they offend all of humanity. Anyone with their eyes, with their heart, with their conscience should recognize the devastation he has wrought and understand that he belongs before a court of law. As I've said, I agree with the ICC that Benjamin Netanyahu should be arrested and tried for his crimes, as I do for anyone else charged by the ICC. My administration has reviewed every avenue available under applicable law to determine whether New York City could execute the International Criminal Court's arrest warrant if Benjamin Netanyahu came here. It is clear that we determined whether New York City could execute the International Criminal Court's arrest warrant if Benjamin Netanyahu came here. It is clear that we do not have the independent legal authority to enforce this warrant. The federal government, however, does, and I call on them to join the ICC and execute this warrant. And I want to be equally clear. Benjamin Netanyahu is not welcome in New York City, nor is any other war criminal at large. While we cannot end the genocide on our own, we can decide whether our silence will become another weapon, and we can examine every tool we have to defend the humanity and dignity of all people. That is my commitment to you.
Brother, if you don't understand what confusion is, if you don't understand what Babylon is, this is what Babylon is. You the mayor of New York. You said he's not welcome in New York, but you can't arrest him, and you believe he should be arrested, but you can't arrest him. So what is this? What is he trying to say? Like, as he's talking, Cap, I know you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. As he's talking in the beginning about I agree with the ICC and his genocide, you know what I envisioning? A Chappelle skit where he's saying he belongs in a jail. You should bury him under the jail. Just not my jail. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha. You know, Chappelle would do that shit when he lead you down one road and then say, well, not me. I'm not doing that shit. I ain't doing nothing about that. But I believe he should be there. Like, it's such a goddamn joke. It's a joke. Like, what can you do? Nothing. Nothing, because you know, this is you. This here is who is sitting in front of the American flag, and the flag representing one of the biggest gangs in the world, the Fraternal Order Police, the New York branch, or the NYPD, I believe. Oh, is that New York flag? Who knows? It looks like Irish. No, I think it's or is that the Indian flag? I thought I was
So like, so I believe it's the state of New York. That might be the state of New York.
It's the state of New York, and it comes from that whole with the police with the Irish. Right, that's why it have the Irish colors. Hold on, let me see. Because it looks similar to that flag they be flying every time a cop gets shot.
Yeah, that flag, sir.
Yeah.
You
know what I mean? I don't know how close it is to be into the Irish. It just reminds me of it. So let me not say it comes from there. But the whole thing just looks so much like a Chappelle skit of intense emotion, making a case, and then say, well, not today. That's not mine. You know, like that skit he did with the child, you know, I'm gonna took all my money and invest it in the community and something. And then he says, psych, and laugh and say, we're gonna spend the money somewhere else. Like, that's what this whole thing reminded me of with him, where, you know, at this point, they really don't have the shame anymore. They don't even have to make the lie good. They don't even have to make it. Used to be they'll just hire an actor and make him a politician like Schwarzenegger. Or who's the other one? Reagan or Nixon? Who was the other actor?
It was Reagan.
Reagan?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this year, brother, say again?
Jesse Ventura. You hire this guy, and you expect me to believe he is gonna arrest somebody? He looked like he wants to be arrested. He looked like he wants somebody to put cuffs on him. If you understand what I'm saying. He don't look like he want to ban anybody from New York. He looked like he want to welcome everybody to New York. Like, go ahead. And at the end of his speech, he said, "That is my commitment to you." I'm still trying to understand what was the commitment. Normally, if you're about to do something, he ended it with, "That's my commitment to you." I'm like, what's the commitment? You just said you're powerless.
And that's the commitment, the warrior. I ain't gonna do shit ever. You could count on me to not do nothing. That's my commitment to you. What is the commitment? What actually are you committed to? Or maybe this is code to BB. The commitment to you, the you is BB.
That must be.
He's committing to let BB know that, yeah, you're supposed to be in a jail, but shit, I ain't gonna put you there, nigga. Come on through.
Man, if I could, real quick, Adwan, what you saying is,
So like, we got dogs on the grill. You gonna come to New York and get a what it be ordering from them Arabs a chopped cheese? You gonna get a chopped cheese from the Aki. You get full, the full red carpet treatment. That's the commitment. Go ahead, Cap.
God, I was just saying, man, what you bringing out is so heavy. How you dissected that, like Babylon, this confusion. It reminds me of here in Indiana, in Indianapolis. They're trying to pass a law to tax Indianapolis so they can fix the potholes. You know, there's always problems with the potholes, and they already supposed to be fixing them. So then the mayor comes out and says, "I'm against the law to tax for the potholes." You know what I mean? So now he's trying to put his face like he's against it, and then they still pass it anyway. So it's just like, so who's in charge? Who's telling? So y'all, the government wants to pass the law. The mayor says he don't want to pass it, and so who's making it pass? You know, they just have so much bullshit. It's convoluted to where they can just say damn near anything and make themselves seem like it wasn't me. I was against it. We stood against that law, and we stood against Netanyahu coming into the city, even though Netanyahu came into the city and he's going to be fine. And he came in, left, and did everything he wanted to do. But I guess you was able to grandstand and act like, if it feels up to me, I would have did this. Nigga, it is up to you. But, it's just they lies, man, and hypocrisy. And, the oppressor, the devil the Bible speaks of, Gad said it, he speaks with a forked tongue.
100%. Like these leaders, they don't have a moral obligation. They have an obligation to yield to whoever is in power.
Right.
And power could, with an evil and a wicked generation, power could sway to and fro every day based on a number of factors. Money, the ability to take life, the ability to give life, secrets, all that shit could sway power. And only in the kingdom of the Lord, power will reside with what's just and what's right. That's what gives you power. That's what elevates you into power. When you read about the prophet Daniel, how he started off, he made a decision on what was just and right and morally right. Meanwhile, up until he opened his mouth, everything was swayed by influence and prestige and threats of violence. But until he opened his mouth, they was getting ready to take that sister's life because she wouldn't be a whore for them. The point, like the Lord's kingdom needs to be in the earth. Yesterday. It needs to be in the earth because these people cannot rule. They cannot rule. They're incapable of fucking ruling. They're incapable of it. They don't have the gumption for it or the integrity. The integrity is fully compromised. So anything they go to do, imagine you go to court with somebody and this person is guilty. And this judge know they're guilty. You have them on tape doing whatever they did. And the judge say, well, listen, I've seen the evidence, and it appears that the defendant is the person in the tape doing this heinous crime, and it appears that they're guilty of it. And I'm going to sentence them too. And as they raise the gavel, there's a man in the back in a trench coat with shades and one of them old detective hat. And he just pulls out a file and does this right here. I'm going to sentence them to time served because I believe they need a better chance, and begin to sway something that you would think this judge might be a progressive or some kind of liberal, or he's trying to change the system. Meanwhile, he's trying to save himself of embarrassment because somebody has something on him. The Lord's kingdom needs to be, effective in the earth ASAP, brother. ASAP. And all this is signs of it. All this is the evidence of why Black and Latino people need to rule. Need to absolutely rule. We have that type of spirit of, it don't matter how much money you have. It don't matter this. It don't matter that. Right is right and wrong is wrong. That's why the Bible said the earth will be given into the hand of the meek. The earth is for the meek. Because we have that sense of justice. We have that sense of right or wrong. Because we've been deprived from so much, we can't afford to make a mistake. So we have to be very circumspect in everything we do. How fast we drive, what you wear to go somewhere, how you talk to somebody. And those things are very small, but they're because we can't afford to make certain mistakes. We can't afford it. So therefore, we are a better judge than these people. We are much better than these people. You know what I mean? It should be Passover. You know what I mean? Our security team will handle that for the ICC. You get him bagged and gagged. Get him bagged and gagged without a scratch on him. You get him, sign, seal, and package for the ICC. I need you to sign right here for it. Because goddamn, how much more he has to do for you to even step in. And now I wonder how Jewish people are trying to garner sympathy for the Holocaust when you are doing something that's probably on the same par or done surpassed the Holocaust in terms of horror, in terms of murder, in terms of just flat out genocide in our people. Like how do you now seek to garner sympathy and, remember the Holocaust? Remember the Holocaust. Listen, I ain't no fan of no Palestinians. I think they're just, disgusting and filthy and need to bow down to the one true king, which is Yahushua, who you call the Christ. But I've seen some videos about the bombs they're dropping on Palestine and the bullets they're using and how they're cutting them off on the water and the sea. And even, goddamn, surely enough is enough. But for this oppressor and for the people in charge, they don't give a damn because power comes with, you know, being compromised. Being compromised is where their power comes from. And it's just not, it's not something that we could really continue being under. We have to be in charge of this earth. We have to, for the sake of everybody. We have to be in charge. You know what I mean? Where we going next? Let's try to get a few more stories in. You all there, Salaki? I lost you.
Nah, we here, sir. So like, I'm just not sure which story I want to go to next.
I got you. Let me get number 3. I want that okay. No, I think he just I don't think he put a link for it, so you might have to pull that one up. With North Korea saying there'll be a devastating response to, you know, any attack on Iran.
Okay.
All right. At the end of the month is mid. Go ahead.
No, I'm going to say it's not really a story on it per se, because they say they can't officially link it to a statement he made.
No worries. Well, listen, something's brewing. Something is definitely brewing with North Korea. All right, so we could skip that one then.
We'll skip that one.
With headset. Say that again. Go ahead, so up. Okay, you're coming in real low, so up, real low, like your mic is far.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, me now.
Okay, I could hear you, but you ain't coming too strong though.
All right. Yeah, no. On that same story, it marked at the bottom. Read only, nothing to click now. So it's basically everything reading right here now.
I get you. I thought there was something online more about it because he said breaking news.
Because it's like a top part, like with North Korea, and like a reply to the bottom right now.
I got you on the list. All right, well, listen, the brother said, Captain Afak said it's just right now that they're trying to link it to some official from North Korea, so we could leave it alone for now. So let's go. Again, a little feedback too. Anybody have a speaker or something playing, like a separate speaker, or the stream running separate?
Nah, sir.
All right, it's gone now. Yeah, so where you want to go? We had number 8, felony for homeless man sleeping in the public park.
Go
ahead.
The one with this damn parasite, and I don't even know if I can eat a burger or a salad. I don't know what's going on, sir.
Listen up. As I hear all these stories, let's pull that one up, the explosive diarrhea.
I
don't even know. I mean, like, this white man, he's such a kid. Like, why would you describe it as that? You could be more medically discreet, like you suffering from severe diarrhea,
right?
Or you know, or extreme case of food poisoning, which is damn near what it is. But you got to be like a high school kid in your junior year, and they have explosive diarrhea. Like, this is so exciting. Like, why? This oppressor, brother. God damn, it's something with his mind that's not really mature. You know, he's not a mature type of person. He doesn't think like that. He doesn't think, didn't be a little bit professional, a little bit more, have some discretion and, give it, it had to have a serious flavor on something. You describe it a certain way. They have explosive diarrhea. They got it's a severe case of food poisoning symptoms, severe diarrhea and vomiting and something. Explosive. It's like a, you know what I mean? Like a Beavis and Butthead report. Like explosive diarrhea. Like that. You know what I mean? It's oppressive. It's like a war. Go ahead, please.
There's a place, a salad place, right? You order salad from them. They send you in the bag Depends, the diaper, and they say on the message they say, "Thank you for trusting us, but just in case." It's all over online. People get in and open their bags and see and it's just like everybody laughing. I was cracking up.
I'm trying to see if I can pull up a picture or something of it. That's crazy. Oh shit! Hold up. That is mad, Ak. That is bad. I think this is the one. This is it here what he talking about. Hold up 1 second. I think this is definitely a that. This say, okay, I can't even read the sign, but it's like, if your booty something something. If so, don't worry. For real, thanks for depending on us. And is depend. No, listen, brother. The oppressor, he's a child, Ak.
Yeah.
He's absolutely an immature child that, you know, you left in the car and he knows how to switch the gear. He knows how to move the gear into drive.
Mm-hmm.
You left him home. He knows how to start a fire. You know, it's Bart Simpson. It's Bart. Hey, can I? Is there? He called Moe's Tavern. Is there a man to hug and kiss? This is in charge right now. Because for the life of me, you want people to take this thing serious. Explosive diarrhea.
Right.
People just exploded. Fuck. It's just you can't hold it. It's you know, it's beyond me. Let's get the story, please.
Kawakan. It says RFK Jr. says cyclopsoriasis under control, rebukes criticisms. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is addressing cyclopsoriasis, the stomach-churning parasitic infection that has led to thousands sickened across the country in a widespread outbreak. In a news briefing on healthcare fraud on July 21st, the head of the Department of Health and Human Services said, "We do have the outbreak under control. We have done extensive forensics, epidemiological forensics, and we have identified the source of the outbreak. We and the companies that are involved have implemented a recall," Kennedy added. Taylor Farms has recalled several lettuce products after federal officials linked it to a widespread outbreak.
And Salakia Kev.
Yeah.
You remember when they had a outbreak with the peanut butter?
Mm-hmm.
The same thing they had an outbreak with.
Yeah.
They knew the peanut butter was bad, but they still let it go out to the public.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with these food. These food more than likely had to be tested before they would leave the facility. More than likely they tested it, find one that was bad, and say, you know what? Hey, take that one out, put that aside. Let me test this next one. This one is good.
Listen,
but you sending.
I totally feel you with it, Doc. And the way how the Lord have them in a trick bag with it, just like Ebola, they said that all them cuts Trump make with these departments, with taking away funding from all these quote unquote non-profits that would work under these government departments, that it was their job to study these things. They said there's a reason, just like with Ebola, how you only heard about it when it was thousands of cases. Then the other one, the HSV, there was something recently that all them little kids was getting RSV or HSV, some kind of RSV, just like that. And now this thing here, they said this thing could have been studied and isolated early on when it first started, I think in Maine or somewhere, or Minnesota somewhere. They said it could have been studied and isolated early. Instead, now you're hearing about it when it's 30-something states, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn, and thousands of people. And I think it's only this week they figured out something about how to attack it. You remember, all the time they couldn't hone in on if the virus was attacking the lettuce, this, that, the other. I mean, when I first heard about this thing, I didn't even believe this shit. I was like, I ain't met nobody who complained about these symptoms, so this shit is made up. But brother, it's not, because let me explain to you what's going on. The Lord done put the oppressor in a trick bag. This is one of the horsemen getting loose, bringing famine. This is Revelation when it says, 6:6, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see, thou hurt not the oil and the wine. The Lord is hurting the food stores of this place. He's hurting the basic things that people use every day, and it's making it worthless. It's making this thing worthless. You get the point? You think some of these stores is sending that lettuce back? Brother, they're selling that thing for 10 cents. They have to make a profit on it regardless. They have, just like remember after COVID, a lot of these restaurants were selling you meat that was refrigerated for months. Remember after COVID, so much people had severe cases of diarrhea. And it was because them restaurants didn't want to throw out the meat that was there because they was closed up. They had all kind of sales, all kind of half or 40% for a 3-course meal. All them restaurant, Nando's and all of them are calling names. You get the point? All of them, they had problems because they kept the inventory. And rather than get rid of it, they say we just sell it any damn way. This is the Lord hurting America. But you black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you come up in here, man. The Bible said, hurt not the oil and the wine. Meaning you in the service of the Lord where you use that olive oil and you use that wine in the Sabbath service and the holy days. The angel is declaring that the Lord said, don't hurt the oil and the wine. Don't hurt the 12 tribes of Israel who serve him. Everybody else, you'll buy plenty toilet paper and water because the lettuce going to make you lose weight. Y'all thought Ozempic was fly. Y'all thought, what's the other one? Monjaro. Y'all thought Ozempic and Monjaro was the choice drug of the day to lose weight. I got a new drug for you. It's called ED, explosive diarrhea. Explosive diarrhea coming out the back end and the front end. I listen to some of these people call into these radio stations. They say it's bad. They say it feels like somebody's punching their stomach from the inside to get out. I'm like, boy, I'll go ahead and get anointed with this olive oil and go to camp and say the white man is the devil.
That's right.
Yeah. I'll rather do that. I'll rather come up in here and give up pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, horse, getting high. I'll rather do all of that. So I don't have to go through this nonsense you're going through over lettuce. I thought this was a modern time when nobody liked to eat greens and stuff anymore. It's a meat society. Bread and meat and potatoes, you're getting poisoned by lettuce. Greens, something that growing out the earth. Maybe Issachar would have known how to plant and grow the lettuce so that it don't get cyclosophoria or whatever the fuck the damn disease is. And because y'all done deported everybody, these white boys and these lazy white women done got their hands in the agriculture. And they don't like to wash their hands or bathe. So this is some kind of cross-contamination nastiness that now you're dealing with today because of Trump wanted to deport the people who know the land and know the crops. Right. So listen, don't be surprised if it traced back to that, Don't be surprised if it traced back to some kind of cross-contaminant where the manure from the cows and the cattle mixed with the water that they was irrigating the soil with because they didn't know what the fuck they was doing because send the wet back to Mexico. And now you can't stay off the toilet. You got to stay in the toilet with the door open to watch the TV because you mightn't make it from the couch. It's that bad. It's that bad. Like the Lord is, listen, this is the curses I will give with this last word. This is damn near like the prelude to the curses in Egypt. Because you had the plague, you had mice, you have this thing here that's making you you have the explosive diarrhea. Remember Egypt, the Lord gave them hemorrhoids and all kind of shit, boils on their skin. Yeah. Frogs and all kind of shit. Look for the succession of plagues as this place falls. A succession of things that they just can't explain that's affecting the public life and the way of life. And you would really see a mirror that the Lord is bringing this place to his knees. Salaki, go ahead, Cap.
Yeah, Salaki. No, I was going to make the same point you was making about the Issachar, because when I was saying, it could be something, a bad batch that nobody cared about, Issachar would have never let that reach the land. In fact, Esau would have been forced to, Issachar brought to his attention, and he'd been forced to throw it away reluctantly because of he don't want to be outed by Issachar. So I can imagine.
Listen, I'm gonna check I'm looking up now. One of the states where this cyclone, I can't even pronounce the damn thing, cyclospora. I'm looking up those states. Say again?
No. No, you go ahead, Cap Salaki.
No, go ahead, Cap, please.
No, I was going to try to pronounce it, but nah, I ain't going to waste my time.
I just saying cyclone. The stomach cyclone.
Yeah.
I want to look at these states and see the rate of ice in these states. And if ice was plaguing these states, brother, you should have let Issachar deal with the vegetation like he always do.
That's right.
You ain't had no problem with vegetation probably since the 20s. And now, 1 year into you deporting everybody, you have a disease that destroying your body that comes from the vegetation. There got to be a correlation somewhere. You all help me out. You all in the chat. You all be Googling. You sisters, you all Google and find all kind of stuff. Go on there and find the correlation between the rate of deportations and ICE operations in these states with cyclosporia, or at least the states where the greens are coming from, the lettuce, and I think it's only lettuce, right? Or is there anything else? Go ahead.
Yeah, and you remember a couple of weeks ago we was talking about, this man putting his hand, in any former gardening or former, growing vegetation, and there's the outcome of it. And we say this right here on the same show. I believe probably Captain Kahan, myself, Captain Kazak Aima. Remember we say this a while, just a couple of weeks back, and look at what's happening right now. You see, this man, he had dirty hands. Hands dirty. So he put any hand on any sort of vegetation again. There's the end result.
You know what? I remember it. That was the show where we was talking about when Trump went to do that interview in front of the John Deere tractor. That was that show. I remember he got up and he said, "How dare you?" And he abandoned the interview. He was talking about how he had to use the bathroom himself. That he just abandoned the interview. I remember, I think it was both Kahan and Kazak was saying, like your hands too dirty, nothing could grow around you. And look at this shit here. Well, I guarantee you there's some correlation with the fields was left unmanned. There was not a man to till the ground, like in Genesis. And they put some old meth head lazy devils up in there, and they just let the shit get contaminated up. Contaminated with, I don't know if they run the cows through after not cleaning the troughs, because to run a farm, you have to have a certain amount of cleanliness. It might seem like a dirty job or profession, but it's a great degree of management and cleanliness you have to run that farm. You get the point? You got to watch for certain things. You can't, have these boots and walk over here with it. The water supply got to be different. This got to be watched. That got to be managed. This got to be cycled. And I would imagine if this car ain't out there doing it second nature, you get some more crackhead from Iowa. Of course, you're going to get shitty lettuce. Yeah. Of course. You're going to get something with something nobody know how to pronounce.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Just after saying, they're skipping a step. Lazy the white man is.
Exactly.
You're getting rid of Issachar.
You
know what I mean? Esau is not taking his time to do anything. He may just cutting them leaves, throwing it in a bag and bagging that joint up.
And sending it
to the grocery.
Listen, and Cap, they would have to cut costs because Issachar was working for little to nothing. If you had to pay these meth heads to come on there, they ain't working for what Issachar working for.
No.
So now you have to cost. So you might eliminate some stage of the production where they wash it in a certain chemical, or they leave it out under UV light. I don't know, to prevent this thing from happening, and this thing just go out of buck wild. I'm really interested to see the correlation with the states.
Yeah,
or at least where the supply is coming from. I'm really. See it.
This because it's saying it's a parasite. You know what I mean? It could come from a human, which means if it has to come from a human to get on that, you could eliminate that by a process of maybe washing. And we as as God chosen people, you know what I mean, washing and cleaning something. You know what I mean, you ask a white person how they cook chicken. They'll just tell you take it out of the bag and throw it in the fucking pan. So like, you understand?
Yeah.
When it comes to us, we take it out of the bag, we wash the meat, you know what I mean, put a little lime, a little vinegar in it.
Yep, that should have a salt and vinegar.
Yeah,
that should have it has a process of doing. And listen, Cap, we was just talking about how infantile the oppressor is with the explosive diarrhea. You know, these oppressors will pee in water as a joke, defecate in water as a joke. Who knows if this is all that involved? You get the point? Because really, this is like a glorified food poisoning, that this parasite, it not coming out of you like a regular food poisoning, like a regular, what's the one that gave food poisoning? Salmonella? I think salmonella is a food poisoning one. This ain't that salmonella. This is something else that just won't leave your body. It's cleaved to you. It's attached to you.
Parasite.
I'm putting this on Esau and his greed and his abuse of our. I'm putting this on that.
You're right too. That video you had up with that boy on the boat when he's like, "I just want to catch the fish."
Right.
I can't. No, I just want to catch it. What the hell? You just want to catch it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The brother trying to explain to him what's that for. You know what I mean? Them thing protected.
He don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
He don't care. He don't care. You know what I mean? He don't care. So let's run, man. What else we got? Let's get a few more stories before they meet us.
So, like I said, do we have the story of the cat's wife that came out? The ICE agent who unalived the brother, his wife came out and said he had a history of violence. Was that in the story?
Hold up. It's okay. You could probably Google it, but let me see if I could I want to pull the audio. The audio is the heavy part of it. The audio with you could Google the story, but there's an audio. Let me see if I could find the audio where she's talking about. I think the one where they throw the child through a damn coffee table, bro. Hold up. Let me see if I can send that link for or put that link in the chat or send it for somebody. Y'all bear with me. Let's move to another one in the meantime, all right?
You don't want to do that Ryan Clark one?
Yeah, let's do that. I think that's a big one because this brother is known, right?
He was an ex-NFL player or something like that.
Come on, Soccer Warrior. This right up your alley. You and Zach, you gotta bring it home with this one here. You gotta explain to me why he get fired.
Come on.
And that's it. Hold on, Bridget T91 or 9I, I'm not sure, said the states are Michigan, Texas, Ohio, New York, Kentucky. And I know some of them states was definitely plagued by ICE. Absolutely plagued by ICE. So I mean,
which one was the Haitians?
The Haitians was in Minnesota.
Ohio.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, and remember the devil who owned the factory said they come to work on time. They're not high. They stay at their stations. Well, I wouldn't doubt at the root of this cyclosporia is ice. Ice done contaminated the thing. Dirty ice. I wouldn't doubt it, brother. I wouldn't doubt that thing there. Well, let's see. Y'all gonna know. Y'all gonna know if Commander Yahanna ain't raising up prophets who could dissect something out. Y'all had this DOJ and the FBI and the CIA wasting weeks to find Nolan Wells. Just give us the case. We'll figure it out. We sit out here in a council with some jack and find the murderer in the morning. We find the murderer. We find the nigga who wiped the phone. We find the nigga who paid the bondsman, who paid the cop for the bad report. We'll find that shit in the morning and still have some jack left over for you.
Count on one concert.
Yeah, please. Let's get something else. I'm gonna find the story with the ICE agent.
So yeah, Ryan Clark, ex-NFL football player, he got fired from ESPN.
Okay, one more if I could. Arawadi say those are the hardest hit states. Adding on sources say 41 states are suffering right now. I think this is Lord. The Lord is saying, okay,
Mashak, you're right.
You want to hurt our people? I want to say they was getting the cyclosophoria from eating Taco Bell. Like it's like a bad joke, Rock. It's like an ironic joke. You wouldn't support the taco truck because he don't speak English, so you go Taco Bell because that's your commercial. No problem. Visit the bathroom. Go on. Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for the stories. Go ahead, Akim. Salakia.
So yeah, Ryan Clark is an ex-NFL football player. He's been on ESPN as an analyst for a few years now, and the brother got fired. And so ESPN over the last few years they've been doing rounds of layoffs, right? So they cutting back on some of their staff, cutting back on some of the people that they have on TV, and so they did a mass layoff Tuesday. But Monday, while they had one of their shows going, the news slipped out that Ryan Clark had been fired. So because somebody leaked the news while he's live on the air, it get posted online. Ryan Clark has been let go by ESPN. So like he's on the air during the segment end, the news pops up online. They come back on after the commercials. He ain't on the stage. And it was like the way that they fired him was so disrespectful because there's other ESPN people that they let go, white, of course, that have been with the company, and they celebrated them, gave them a send-off at the end of their show, let them do one last broadcast where at the end of the show they get to say goodbye to everybody, and I appreciate all the years I did the show and been on ESPN. Thank you for the opportunity. These other people got their opportunity to say, get a respectful goodbye. But with Ryan Clark, he on the air to start the show, it get posted online, he got fired. They come back from commercials, and nigga ain't nowhere to be seen. So everybody, the reason why it's such an uproar is like, why would you disrespect this cat like that? Like, you couldn't even show him any honor with the way you laid him off. You completely disrespected him, completely, shamed him. And then there was reports that came out that the reason that he got fired was because of him checking. So there's a show that come on during the day, during the football season. It's called NFL Today, right? And they have the former players on the stage, and they have reporters on the stage. So as they having a conversation about a game that happened the night before, one of the cats that never played football is going against all the former players. The players are explaining what happened in the game and what happened with the players, and it's not a big deal, man. You know what I'm saying? During the course of the game, this happens, that happens. And the white dude is like, nah, I ain't trying to hear none of that. He choked. He didn't do his job. And they like, dude, like, you never played the game. You don't really understand what we explaining. We all have played the game, which is why we're all saying the same thing. You being somebody that's never played, you can't really understand what it is we're saying. So really, you should just like check yourself and do is like, nah, you can't dismiss me like that. You can't just say because you guys played the game and I didn't play the game that I'm wrong for what I'm saying. And it was like, yeah, I can, because I played the game and you didn't. But they tried to say that was the reason he got fired, when that happens all the time on ESPN when it comes to people who actually played versus people who just report on the games. So for them to even try to put that out like this is why he got fired, it still doesn't explain the way that you disrespected him on his way out the door. You know what I'm saying? And it just really goes to show you that you could be successful. You could be, fluent, speak well, and conduct yourself properly, professionally on the camera. When it comes to dealing with our oppressor, when it comes to the way that they treat us, they don't show us the respect that we deserve, because regardless of how rich and accomplished you are, of how you gave your body playing on the field and beating your brain against other brothers for a yard in a football, you still just a nigga. Salakia, sir. How you?
Mm-hmm. Listen, okay, brother. I mean, they made an example out of him. So the dude who he was arguing with, is it a devil?
Yes, that dude right there. That's the dude he was arguing. Well, okay, it wasn't even really an argument, and really the devil was out of pocket. If he was able to play the clip, the devil really was out of pocket with what he was saying. Salaki.
This is what I would say. You had to pick what side you're on.
Mm-hmm.
Either you're a nigga or you're the master's boy. But you can't be with the master and then want to be black on there, because it's Cap. You see, like how you said, it wasn't really an argument, it's just points of view. That sounds like every hanging on the corner argument, barbershop talk, taking a drink by the bar, we all on the back patio with dogs on the grill, and we get into this. Is this route the right route? No, you can't do that. And everybody leave and go home, and there's no hard feelings. To us, that's just, nigga, you can't tell me I done played. I've been out there. I know how it is. To the oppressor, you telling him he's less than a man and his penis is small. Like, that's what he's hearing. He's hearing you telling him, listen, I've played the game for 10 years. In that situation, that's not what you're thinking. I mean, I would imagine, I always say it, I will never start to argue with somebody over NFL or NBA or something. I will always ask the brothers, hey, Akim, this look like a travel. Is this a travel? The NFL, explain this call to me. I don't know, because I would imagine putting a helmet on that blinds your periphery and then being able to run through niggas who is 250, 300 plus that run 4.4s is extremely fucking difficult, Ark, when you can't see the side of you. No, I think NFL worldwide is respected as a gladiator sport. Like, you know, it ain't the smartest thing to go and play now if you want longevity with your body. But shit, nigga, if you play in that shit, I do have a little tip of hat for you, because that shit takes some, you know, a bit of courage, a bit of insanity, a bit of stupidity, a bit of skill.
I still got injuries from high school ball.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, I could respect it. Now, you go there and you tell him, I've been in this league for X amount of years, which is a league that longevity is not, you know, a forte of it. It's not something like, you know, tennis, where you could be Rafael Nadal, you know, knocking on 40. This is something you might get 3 or 5 years if you're lucky. You play 8, 10, 12 years, you a vet. You done retire, you respectable, you ain't got no ALS. Is ALS? Yeah, ALS.
Yeah,
I think
ALS.
ALS. Y'all don't have me something stupid up here.
ALS.
You ain't get no ALS. You have good comportment. You could articulate your points well. You come out of the league to Wab. And you sitting here to pencil neck Joe Blow, Peter Schrager. I'm trying to picture that on the back of a shirt, Schrager. And Ryan Clark, and you telling him, listen, man, you ain't played. I played. Brother, all he's hearing is, my penis is small and my wife probably thinks so too. You understand? That's where the hatred and the, I have to get him back. Who the hell is he to talk to me like that? Because this is not about sports. You think you arguing with him about sports, Ark. You're arguing masculinity with this effeminate, Ark.
Yeah.
That's what you're really arguing with him. Go ahead, Salakia.
Because if he have a woman, his woman is more interested. If he is interested in football, his woman is watching Ryan Clark run with that ball. And he sit down with a beer in his hand. Saying on like a fat.
Listen, and she knows her husband never played.
Yeah.
He knows. It's like headset with the military generals. Something happened that he had to go on there and tell them, and they're overweight and the this and the that, because his masculinity is threatened. These men on ships 9 months, 12 months at a time, you call them off the ships. One of them generals, he called from the Middle East. Took him days to get back. To sit in a room and talk about a belt size. These men are very insecure in themselves, brother, and it's hard for us to imagine it, because we grow up with that type of talk. Nigga, you tripping. Nigga, you smoking crack. The thing could get offensive, but we know this is about the point. This is about football, about yards. It's about Jordan. It's about LeBron. It's not fucking personal. But it is personal if Lord, why you gave me this? It is personal. That's it.
And Salaki, sir, if I could, what you're saying is right on, because if this cat did not care about it a year later after it happened and this cat get fired, that wouldn't be the first thing you hear on the news. Meaning, this happened last year. This happened week 1 of the NFL season. So I'm talking about 5-6 months ago this happened. As soon as he gets fired, the first thing you hear is, yeah, remember that time he blazed Peter Schrager? And it's like you said, Cap, we talking football, bro. We talking about the game. Why is this even coming up? I watch, they have reaction channels on YouTube when news hit, people react to it. And I tuned in. I heard about Ryan Clark getting fired live on the air. So I clicked one of the videos and they showed a clip. And I'm like, nigga, that was from week 1 of the NFL season. They didn't fire him today because of something happened 6 months ago. They fired him today because of something that happened 6 months ago because Peter Schrager didn't let it go.
Right.
He kept in the boss's ear. You're going to let him talk to me like that? You're going to let him disrespect me? You're going to let him show me up? And it's like, yeah, because you should shut the hell up. You don't know what you're talking about. But the devil got his, he didn't get fired. Ryan Clark got fired, but Peter Schrager's still at the network. So it's like, you have what you brought out was heavy, sir. You right on.
Listen. You know what's probably even worse and probably did happen? His wife probably told him that already. I don't know why you so this about you never even played. They're the professionals. Then to go on a damn interview and this nigga said the same thing she said. Oh my God. The interview probably the argument was probably going on and Schrager probably faced if somebody could find it, dog. I want to be able to dissect this shit out because I'm sure in there's a time he done zoned out, and no matter what Ryan Clark is saying, he's just who is this to tell me I'm inadequate? I wasn't blessed. I wasn't born with the blessing he got. You black people are just bigger and stronger. I'm sure there was a point in that thing. This Schrager was just psyching himself out because this is not about football. It never was about football. It was always a pissing contest or a measuring contest when they go on shows with black athletes and they're white boys who never play. Like that skinny one who was with Shannon Sharp. It was never about football with he sitting down there. So this big old arm athlete sitting down there, you all skinny pencil ass. Did he ever play? You all know who I'm talking about, the skinny white boy.
Skip Bayless.
Skip ever played anything?
I think he played well.
I don't think so.
In 10th grade in high school. He averaged like 3 points.
I don't think Skip ever played with, on the level Shannon Sharp played.
No, never. Last.
So the argument is never about the sport. It's never about it, or else it wouldn't be personal. Another one who is very petty like that is what's the big dude name? Just had his name recently. He's another sports announcer, but he's very anti-black. He's black, but he's anti-black. Kind of fat, overweight type guy, older guy.
Jason Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock is another one.
Jason Whitlock is the worst.
He's inadequate men. That's what it is. They're so inadequate. They can't stick to a point. Everything is related to their masculinity. You get the point? Everything is related to it. So I guarantee you that's probably what was going on here with this cat.
So I posted a link in the chat.
Go ahead.
It shows the whole back and forth between Ryan Clark and Peter Schrager. If you click the link, it starts at the 1 minute 20-second mark, sir, and we got the whole thing in there.
Okay, I think Kazak posted one too. Kazak, yours is the same one?
Yeah, Kawakan, sir. It starts immediately, but it's a shorter version.
Hold on, let me play yours first then. Let me play yours first. It was a shorter version. And if we can't get it there, we're gonna go get the damn hold on, how do I get the audio?
We can't hear it, sir.
Oh shit, Salakia, hold up. Salakia.
In the game on 2nd and 11. It was the one target. He runs the out route. You wake up this morning saying AJ Brown had a better day than CeeDee Lamb. But you know what you wake up saying though? AJ Brown's team is 1-0. Of course, right? Like that's what I get it. But the thing is this though.
And we shouldn't do this on TV. And so I apologize if people think this is rude. That's the non-player.
Oh,
view.
stop. Let me tell you what.
Brother, he castrated him on TV. He castrated him. And listen, that's the oppressor's pride. I'm not gonna argue. Okay, and for example, I know Saka was into the sports. He understands football way more than me. He understands that the NFL football. I'm not gonna sit there and argue. I'll more or less be asking him certain things from somebody who done played the thing physically and understands it. So what about this? So if you do this now, hold on. If I'm thinking if I'm out there, I'll do this. Is that correct? Nah, Cap, you had to do so and so. I'm not gonna take a prideful stance and think me and him on the same stand and the same footing on this topic. Like this oppressor is an absolute idiot. He's an idiot. Look at his face.
Why? I'm not saying
I'm not looking at fantasy football, Ryan. I'm not. Don't belittle me like that. I could.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, boy.
Yes. Mrs. Schrager been telling him. She's been telling him that helmet is too big for him. The shoulder pads is too big for him. She's been telling him he couldn't make a first down if he was on first down. She's been telling him that. And Ryan Clark, and he said, don't. I wish I could pull this back. He said, don't. What he said?
Don't belittle me like that.
Don't belittle me like that.
It's like the brother tried to break it to him as best as possible. He's like, I don't really want to go there on television with you.
Right.
But that's a non-player.
And listen, somebody who is really there to talk about his sports would be like, you know what? You're right. There is an aspect of the sport I probably couldn't imagine because I've never been in the situation.
Right.
Yeah.
There's something I just couldn't imagine because I've never been there. I've read about it. I've watched movies on it, but I ain't never heard doop, 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 doop. I don't know where the hit coming from. I could imagine. Brother, I try to picture a helmet on me that comes today and there's a whole drill and you have these pads on and you don't have the peripheral. The Lord gave you, a certain, wide span. It's more than 180 when you really look at it. It's not 180 vision. 180 vision is if you do this. You could kind of see to the back of you something coming. Yeah. The helmet is blocking all of that shit out. No, you never did that on a level when niggas get paid and break bones for.
Yep.
You know what, Ryan Clark? Man, you ain't got to do that, man. Come on. But you're right, though. On behalf, listen, I shouldn't be talking about men who actually play like that. I've never played. You should have bowed up gracefully because this is about sports. But this is, to him, this is not about sports. To him, he is sitting in the lion's den with gladiators, and he's not one. So his pride is inflated. It's a false sense of inflation. And Ryan Clark come with that pin and just brought him right back down to the size he really is. Right. The size that wife is not really, she ain't excited about no more. She ain't, she had anticipation, but when he put it on the plate, she was like, this is the main course. Right. This is it. That's it. Does it grow or does it show? Which one? Oh boy.
It's a lot deserved.
Please,
and just this video, like you hit the nail on the head. Like the goddamn arrogance, knowing you've never done what these men have done, and to sit and think your voice is equal as the men who have actually, like this. To me, this sums up Esau in a video.
Yes.
To me, this, and I remember my pops. My pops wasn't really into sports, and I look back and like he always was like ahead of like looked at things different. We be watching, me and my brothers trying to watch the playoffs. Why the hell some scrawny white man got to be the referee? Like we not thinking about it. Like, but he's like look all these black men strong, top of their game, and then some puny white man decides what is acceptable and what's a foul. And and younger, I was annoyed, but I was like, he was looking at it for the power dynamic, where it's like, how the hell are these men who could never do what these brothers are doing,
right,
have power over them in this dynamic? And it caused me to look at that in every way. This is on the this is on the job site.
Yeah.
This is like this is everywhere, where some devil has the arrogance to look at you and think he's on the same level as you, with none of the talent, none of the skill, none of the ingenuity, and then get offended when you call out the reality. That's the non-player in you. You're thinking like that because you never played. How dare he get offended?
Exactly.
So go ahead, sir.
No, you so right, Doc. Like, you're thinking like that because you never played. It's like, how could I describe it? It's like, I don't know, bro. There's so many things where you talking about something and you ain't never really lived it. You ain't never really been there. You ain't never really understood it. You don't understand the dynamic of the decisions a man make on the field. No, you don't fully get it. And there's so many sports analysts who will always pepper a statement with, when they're criticizing a play or some mistake an athlete made, they'll say, well, listen, with all due respect to athletes, I know they work hard and it's difficult to be on the field. We have the 2020 vision of being in a booth, eating, drinking, watching replays. But this athlete had a split second to decide. He's tired, he's winded, she's tired, she's winded. So you have to understand that. Then they'll go on to criticize. Even that is a show of respect from an athlete who played the sport. How much more should you be a little bit more humble with your opinion when you've never, ever got in the ring? Right. You've never, ever got in the ring. And then you get so offended talking about belittle you. Because to you, you've counted your manhood short when you look at these men. And you counted your manhood short because your manhood is short. That's why. Because if you counted your manhood short based on the sport, you would have digressed. You would have conceded. You would have said, you know what, you're right, because it was on the sport.
Right.
But you feel belittled because you count your own manhood short because Mrs. Schrager said you're short.
Right.
She said you're short. Shortstop.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
That's like, I just want to finish up the point too, sir.
Oh, Salaki, go ahead, please.
No sweat. So it just go back to the scripture where it says, "Consult not with a coward in matters of war."
Yes.
It's the same thing. It's like I remember white people, when the soldiers would come back and they would talk up when certain war crimes came out, the stuff that was happening in Afghanistan and Iraq. A lot of the argument from these patriots was, you're not a soldier. You don't know you don't know the decisions. I mean, hell, they say it with the police.
Right.
They said when the police kill Black and Hispanic men, you don't know, you don't wear that badge. You don't know what it's like to put on that blue. And everybody now has to understand it. Like, we have to concede to that.
Right.
Well, I guess you're right. I was not a police officer. Nigga, the hell with that, nigga. Don't belittle me like that. Don't belittle me like that.
If Schrager could feel belittled, then don't belittle me like that.
That's
either Schrager right or we wrong. Which one it is?
Exactly.
Listen, I want to pull another one for this one here. Obadiah verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Behold, Schrager, the Lord made you small, not Ryan Clark.
Right.
Yeah. God made you small among the heathen, Schrager.
Right.
Couldn't fit in that helmet. It was a pin-sized helmet. Go ahead, Salaki Cap.
Man, as I think somebody brought it out that these are this whole thing, you know what I mean, is America in a nutshell. Like, you clearly see these people in no way in form is in shape to be in leadership. No way whatsoever. And also too, as the saying, Cap, more than likely they've been going at it when the camera's off. You know what I mean? And that brother choose the right time to deal with him and let him know his place in the sport. You understand? That's why he used the word. Yeah, I mean, why belittling me like that? You understand? Because everybody around there know he likes to run his mouth. Like he played. And he never played.
He
So
never
he should
played.
just shut up.
And listen, you're right, Cap, because he's one of the main anchors. That's why if you know how they seat them, the ones in the middle is the main ones. And the ones on the periphery is like, you know, your backups or your subs or whatever. And you know, you see it all the time. And okay, boy, I keep saying I probably definitely had to get on and do it. That you know that World Cup just ended. And they had these commentators on Fox News, right? They had the woman, then they had this French player called Thierry Henry. They had this player from Sweden who he's not Swiss. He's from Bosnia. His parents are Swiss immigrants. He's called Zlatan. He came to America to play long ago, a few years ago. And then they had this ex-American player called Alexi Lalas who looked like a hippie. In heyday, his hair is red. He looked like Esau, red hair, just red like a hippie.
So like he looked like he have a hoodie. So
yeah, he looked like there's a hoodie somewhere under the table. Like a Klansman hoodie. And brother, there's a famous clip of when the France team played their first game, the white boy, said France looked poor and this and that, and they were supposed to do better, a team of French caliber. And then the Swiss guy, who's, you know, he's white. I think they're white, but they're not like European white. They look like Kim Kardashian type people, them Bosnians. He said, the American guy said the French play with an air of arrogance. Now, for those of you all who know, I would think with this World Cup tournament, you would realize that the American players are not really respected like that on the world level of football.
Yeah.
The world level of football does not look at American players as good because you still call it soccer. You don't play it how the world plays it. You play a different type of game. And that thing Trump did, that made America even more of an eyesore in the world's eyes because you lose a player, that's life. You might lose your house, your car, you get it together and win still. So he said the French was arrogant. So the Swedish guy said that's, you know, a team like that, they're working the players out. It's the first game. The coach is trying things. If you've ever been in that position, you would know. It's not arrogance. That's anybody who calls it arrogance is ignorant. And then they cut to the break. And brother, you could tell he said it because this white boy here is running his mouth from America. 2 games after, the white boy left the sports cast and went to another one. And it was obvious. And then Zlatan was like, well, this is my show now. I'm the host. So that's his character. He liked to be the main character. And Lalas, which is the American player, he got ran off because it wasn't about football no more.
Yeah.
It was about manhood. It's like, well, why would you say it's an ignorant statement? Some it's supposed to go back and forth. But he's telling him as a world-class player, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You really ain't play at any level anyway. That's really what he was saying. And he got feelings hurt, brother. He got his he left the cast. Yeah. He left the cast, went from 4 to 3. And the brother who was on there who played for France, he's a brother, but he played for France before. He's like a French legend. When the Swedish guy said that, his face was like, oh shit, you saw it. He's like, oh, woman. He saw it because it was understood what it was. And it's almost like they were waiting for somebody to put this American guy in his place. These pastors are like an inflated ego.
Yes.
And the minute somebody has the gall to tell them the flat truth, is like off with his head. How dare you? What the fuck is you talking about? Go ahead.
If I could say, and you know, this white man's such a devil. He knows what happens when HR hears, don't belittle me. HR can't ignore those type of words.
Yes.
These supervisors know when they don't belittle me, they have to look into it now.
Yes.
They have to act because now he's on TV saying, I feel belittled and you did nothing about it.
Right.
I mean, so he knows what words to use. I mean, he is subtle as a snake. I mean, he knows exactly what words to use. Salak,
if I could, sir, to go back to what we started the show off, talking about how things become so normalized in American sports. That's always been a thing that black athletes have argued with about the media, which is why now there's such a big push for a lot of athletes to have their own podcasts and to be able to talk to the public and use their own words, because for years the thing has been, how do we have these people critiquing us and talking about our performance when they never played the sport?
Right.
For many years, all the way back to the days of Walter Cronkite with Muhammad Ali. Is like, how these cats critiquing us, writing editorials in the newspaper, and they don't even know, they never played the game. And
exactly.
So in on ESPN, that's why introducing players into some of these shows was a big thing. Maybe about 20 years ago, it was a big deal because a lot of these players had bad relationships with these media people, and it stemmed from things like this. They want these athletes to dumb themselves down, to pretend as though the opinion of somebody who never played is on the same level as somebody who actually did it. And the reality is not. If you never played the game, you're going to say stupid stuff out your mouth like this white boy was saying on this panel, and the other athletes that played the game is all telling him he's wrong. For Ryan Clark to take the stand and say, look, I know I probably shouldn't do this, but it got to be said. It was like one of them moments where you really don't know what you're talking about. And that's why what happened to Ryan Clark is really it's like I don't want to say conclusion, but it's like the button end on an issue that has been a big thing between black athletes and the media for a long time, because they don't really want the credible voices to be speaking and to be talking about what it actually is that's going on in the game and what's actually taking place in the minds of the players as they thinking through these different things, because now it makes the opinion of these white people obsolete.
That's right.
Like now what Ryan Clark has done, they have their own platform. He got a platform with a couple other former athletes called the Pivot Podcast. They interview
that's the one with Channing Crowder or something like that.
Yes, Channing Crowder and Fred Taylor. So they have a platform where they talk to athletes and talk about the stuff. That's the biggest threat to these Edomite reporters, because once these brothers who actually played it, actually did it, respect the people who currently playing and currently doing it, begin to have platforms where they talk amongst themselves about what's really going on, who the hell gonna tune in to hear what Peter Schrager got to say? Nobody cares.
That's right.
Peter Schrager's opinion is about as valuable as mine. The day after the game, and I'm like, yeah, man, he dropped that pass, bro. He was choking. Nigga, you don't know. You wasn't there. You didn't play. So it's like, and that's why Schrager said, man, don't belittle me like that, because this has been a thing that black athletes and media cats have clashed over for many, many years. So it really was, and like you said, Cap, it go beyond just the sports talk. Peter Schrager took it like, you're belittling me as a man.
Yes.
You're discounting my perspective and my viewpoint, when the reality is we should discount your perspective. We should discount your viewpoint. But white men are so small and so mediocre that they can't allow for an athlete that actually played the game to have an opinion that's more valuable than his sideline opinion. Like, how goddamn proud and how puffed up are you that you think a nigga that watched the game on the sidelines your whole life, you think you know more than these cats that actually did it? You should just shut the hell up, Peter Schrager. And that's what Ryan Clark was telling them in the clip. They just shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. So like
100%, Cap. Absolutely 100% is what you're saying. Because, okay, that's what I said at the beginning. Remember when we started the story, I said, you have to choose which side of the fence you're on. Either you're going to be a nigga or you're going to be the white man's boy. But you can't halfway in the argument say, that's the non-player side of you. That's some nigga shit out. That's and what you talking about? You ain't never play D1. You're a Juco ass nigga. You get the point? Like that's that. You can't do that on there if you want to be, on there. You can't. There's another way to say that. If he wanted to stay on there, he had to be like, well, listen, Schrager, listen, I play this game enough on the field, and now I'm playing it off the field, and I do understand there's different perspectives. And I know there's a perspective from someone who's seen the game off the field more than they've seen it on the field. And I respect what you're saying, but there's something limited in your point of view. You had to talk to him like that,
Come
You had to talk to him like that, where you don't bruise his ego. You don't song like his wife. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't think whatever that brother tell him, bring it to him like that, he would have known he attacking that ego.
Well, okay, no, but listen, if you had to deliver the kind of word salad to this fool, again, like the scripture says, you ought to charm that snake out. You have to charm the deaf adder because he deaf. But this fool here, that's really what it is. And like that's what Sakawa was saying. For the longest while, brothers would go on these podcasts and have to play dumb in order for the podcast to go on. They would have to play the role. Like I've seen Michael Vick on there, and you can't tell me this nigga throwing 2 fucking hands. 2 hands running everywhere. What is you telling him? He should be the one talking. You get the point? Like you have to say, okay, I'm gonna just do that. Like and there's many hosts who do it. What's his name? Strahan, the one who used to play for New York with the gap in his tooth.
Michael Strahan.
Michael Strahan. He go on there, brother. He ain't arguing with none nigga. I'm on here to just smile and make big boy jokes and do goofy shit. Shaq go on there, Shaq diving in the Christmas tree. Nothing serious because it's about the check. But if you have a heart and a passion after you leave the field, you need a podcast. You need a podcast where you could argue with Channing Crowder and what's the other brother name?
Fred Taylor.
And then y'all could damn near come fisticuffs for the podcast. And then the next episode, hey yo, I want to say, sorry, I want y'all to know I love Channing Crowder. I love you, man. I know we had an argument last time, but y'all know how we get. We always had the cookout, y'all. We are big uncles. We always had the cookout. There's no animosity. But if you go on national TV with some nigga and his last name is Krieger, sung like a serial killer from the 90s. He sung like the one what was the serial killer? Summer of Sam, you remember that? SOS Summer of Schrager. He sung like a serial killer. He sung like he stalked women at the damn red light at 1 a.m. You go on there and you try to give him a buffer. You send your blocker to block for you to run and say, listen, we probably shouldn't be doing this on TV, but I'm gonna say this, and you give a long pause like you was considerate. That's the non-player talk. What? Non-player? What do you mean? Brother, he had a conniption in his mind,
Yes.
He had a conniption in his mind. And listen, I guarantee you, he didn't hear nothing after that. Let's watch a little bit more of the video. I'm interested.
Yeah.
Please, let me hear.
Come in and say, as 3 ex-players are saying one thing and give an alternative perspective that maybe CeeDee Lamb did play well. And
Peter, what I need for you to do is not get mad and let me finish for one.
Okay, go on.
It wasn't about you. It was going to be about me.
Okay.
As a player, I can't speak for CeeDee Lamb. I'm speaking for.
See, he had to reel him in. He had to reel him in, because this dude is like, how can you do this? How can what different perspective? What are we talking about? We're talking about the sport, but you have a different perspective of not playing the sport? And now a dude had to lose his job because he disagrees with a white man. This is just all it is his member is too small.
Right. Yeah.
His member is too small. It feels small in his hands. It feels small in his wife's hands. And it's just rough. It's just rough for him. And up until this moment, he felt big, sitting at this table with Ryan Clark. And Ryan Clark is not a giant of a player. It's not like you're sitting across from what's big boy name?
Charles Barkley.
Shannon Sharp or Charles Barkley. But because he played, you look at him like a giant. You look at him like this is a man. All these players here, they got to be men. So I'm a man. I don't care what that broad in the house say. I'm sitting with men. That's the player in you. What the fuck you mean about? He probably went and get a whole psych evaluation, 6 months of PTSD, and took that into HR, and they had to let him go because this white man was belittled. He didn't even say disrespect. He said, "Man, how are you going to disrespect me like that? Come on, man." He said he feels small because he is.
Yeah. Salaka too, sir.
Come on, Cap.
And it makes sense for him to have to fire Ryan Clark, because the reality is the viewers of sports and these shows resonate with the small man versus the actual player. Like these white men sit on their couches and sit in bars and they marvel, and it's a homoerotic thing.
Right.
There's somebody wrote a whole homoerotic the way white men watch sports, Black and Hispanic men in sports. Like these white men sit and watch these players, and they have a quote unquote love-hate relationship where it's like, I hate that big nigga.
Yep.
Boy, look at that. Boy, look at him run though.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's real twisted and it's sick. And every white man believes that they have an opinion, their opinion about what the talent of these black men matters.
Right.
It's like you'd be so shocked to hear the conversations of these white men at a bar watching these games. And I'm like, look at these losers at this table. Look at these impotent, weak, pathetic losers.
Damn, because I hear that word in about 25 years, impotent. God, damn. You're resurrecting some old school biology.
That's what they are, sir. Little and impotent. And the way you hear them talk about these talented, blessed by God black men, you would think, and what the hell? Like they in their mind, they are on the same level. And so it makes sense why they would have to fire this. And this cat, I'm looking at his nose. His last name is Schrager. I'm looking at his nose. I think he might be one of the small hats. But
What kind of hat? What kind of hat?
A small hat, sir.
A small.
a little hat.
Listen, it's so small. It had to have a W after the A and before the L. A small hat. You know the Roger Rabbit meme when he said no. Yeah. Did he not mean to say small hat? Small. It's not a small hat. That's a little that's too short. You gotta lengthen that shorter. It's a small hat.
Right. Like this cat, like white men resonate with him where they think their unqualified opinions matter. And again, this translates to every aspect. Even how Captain Sakawa was saying how like this has been a thing where athletes know they have to like concede. That's us at the workplace. Like that's us in everything that we do. We have to constantly concede to a people that we know we're better than. And I see why that scripture when the Lord said, I will make you jealous with a people that are not a people. That's our life. Because how the hell, like imagine you an athlete, a top of the notch athlete, and you looking at fat, disgusting white boys cheering and booing you. Like I can imagine the psychological, like I would love to study that, the psychological impact it has knowing you are the top class of physical prowess in the world.
Yeah.
And you have to watch ordinary weaklings. Like if I was an athlete, if I was these cats, I would have a Homelander complex. I ain't gonna lie. Like, look. I'll just kill all of you.
Hold on, let me say it. You can't have a Homelander complex because he was another small man.
Right.
He was another small man.
Right.
Yeah, listen, it's like what you're saying is so heavy because you remember that Golden State Warriors. Remember that fracas they had in the NBA, where it was some small thing that sparked it. Where World Meta Peace went in the stands and they beat up this fan, and the rest of them jump in, and that was a turning point where it's like, okay, these is superior athletes, these superior people. This thing is 7 feet tall, 200, 300 something pounds benching and whatever. You looking at him, you think this is a character on the TV. It's not. I think one of them spit on him or they threw something on him.
Popcorn and soda.
Popcorn and soda. And he went after them. And that's, as you say, the complex. Like you sitting in the stands, you can't do 10 suicides. These niggas doing 50 before lunch.
Come.
You know, you understand? These are superior athletes. There's an interview with Michael Jordan talking about Dennis Rodman and how Phil Jackson would let him go off on these benders because Dennis needed it. Like he would allow Dennis 2 days off to go wherever and do whatever the fuck he wants. And he could come back because when he comes back, he's playing. But if you don't let him loose, he's not going to play like how you want him to play. Instead, he disappeared for about 3 days right after the game. And they didn't see him until the morning of practice. And nobody saw Dennis that morning. They show up in the gym. Dennis comes to the training thing off a plane, not from home. Gets changed and outruns them all in the gym. Outruns them all. And Mike was saying how that day we knew you have to let him go. Needs that type of thing. Now imagine you go off on a weekend bender, drink your ass or fuck your ass, excuse me, have a ton of sex, drunken orgy sex, whatever it is he was doing. But this is the time he with Pamela Anderson and all them models. And you come back and you outperforming men who sleep all weekend. Now you sitting down there with a 6-pack of Miller Lite and your buddies from high school that you almost made the state championship final. If it wasn't for that knee, that when you were supposed to cut left, you slipped on the 5th yard. You all remember the play, and you'll go and drink a beer on that 5th yard line every time you're bored. And you want to talk about fucking Dennis Rodman?
And Cap, you know all the statistics.
Yeah, and you got everything down packed. And you see somebody who's this high should do this and do that and do that. And you want to talk about him? You've never played. And if somebody there tells you, well, listen, you know, where did you play? Oh, you know, I got this injury, something. You know, now don't belittle me. What are you talking about? What on earth are you speaking about? I thank the Lord I was born black. I thank the Lord I was born black and Latino and Native Indians. Well, I don't have to worry. I can get an argument with a brother over LeBron or whatever, and that shit is about LeBron. You ain't throwing stats at me trying to grow your manhood. You might go to the bathroom and take a peek to see if it grew. Because all the testosterone that was flying around. You was trying to get a piece of the testosterone in the room. You're so weak, Al. Listen, like, we need to be in charge of this earth, brother. That's all I can say. You have a president telling Iran, I'm going to hit your heart tonight. And some white boy, 6 months later, he's belittled. Oh, brother, his marriage probably suffered that. His marriage probably suffered. So, like, oh, one more clip back. So like, this is a backup what Captain Kazak and Captain Zaka War was saying. One more clip. I know you all remember this one. Hold on, can you all see it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh shit! Let me share it up.
Oh, come on.
You hear the crowd, at least the good part of it is in an uproar because they felt that you took shots at him unfairly after you went together in the ring, made up for the headbutt, and then you poked him. What's your story?
First off, I want to thank God for this victory, because without God, all this wouldn't be possible. I want to thank my team. I got hit with a dirty shot, and it's protect yourself at all times. I hit him with a left hook right hand, and that ended the bout.
So you're saying that even though it appeared that he wasn't protecting himself and thought that that was part of the ceremony that you were going through of apology, that you unfairly took advantage of it. What do you say to those who say, what'd you do there? You were winning the fight in charge.
I just want to tell everybody that bought pay-per-view, came out to Las Vegas. Thank you.
Anyway, you know you're a promoter, but now we're talking to you as a prize fighter. let's take a look at what happened at the end of the fight.
So right by her telling, hold on, we know you're a promoter, but now you're an athlete. Just shut up and answer the question.
Come.
They don't like nobody getting too out of pocket. They want you to be straight up with them, even when now this cat here, this merchant cat, is he ever a boxer?
Never.
Probably not, sir.
Never. Never.
And you describe it.
We touch gloves. We back to fight hook. Right hand. And that's all she wrote.
So for you, it was just an automatic response. Let's get on with the fight.
It's protect yourself at all times. He done something dirty. We're not here to cry and complain about what he did dirty or what I did dirty. I was victorious. If he want a rematch, he can get a rematch.
You were in charge of the fight. You were aggressive and trying and taking advantage of what you saw as a flaw.
You know what I'm gonna do? Because you don't ever give me a face shake. You know that? So I'm gonna go and let you talk to Victor Ortiz, all right? I'm through. They put somebody else up and give me an interview.
What are you talking about? What are you
You
talking
heard him. You never give me a fair shake. HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing.
That's right.
You ain't shit.
That's
You
right.
got shit.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
You gonna do shit and do nothing.
Yeah, that's them.
I was 50.
That's them. Slacky, go ahead.
No, I put something in the chat. I don't know if you could play it. Is the scene with Terrence Hall when he walk in the locker room with the boys and them, and they were saying the scare.
Oh, Lord. Listen, even that last part when he said, I wish I was 50 years younger so I could kick your ass. It's the fantasy of the manhood again.
Yeah.
It's the fantasy of just the manhood, like, yeah, damn, I wish I could even just get in there and kick your ass and do. This is about the fight, the punches, how it reached to me and you, because that's what it's always been about. It's always been about that. It's always going to be about that. It's why they used to cut our ears and rod and breast off and testicles off in a lynching. Because it was always about the manhood. Damn near some of them lynching stories you read Without Sanctuary, brother, and 100 years of lynchings. Them brothers ain't cry about the shit up. Some of them brothers went down manfully. There was one brother they chained down. He broke the chains in the fire. They had to knock him out, chain him back, and then light the fire. And he didn't scream. They said that was the real chilling thing about the lynching. He did not scream. Now, to a white man, he know he's small. Because he'll start to beg at the sign of death. Not facing at the sign of death. So
that's what's his name? Homelander in the end.
That's Homelander right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Homelander offered the Bubba special at the sign of death. He offered the Bubba special. Right. Let me play this one here. Last one for you. Come
on, y'all. Why y'all still sitting here? The game's all about to start. Look, there's 10,000 white people out there that think that we ain't good enough. You know what? We ain't.
All of y'all feel like that? All the years in this country, the black man has been spit on, kicked, drugged through the mud. But I've got two things I can tell you. Number one, win or lose, I am so proud of y'all. Number two, you're gonna win. Yes, that's plain and fucking simple. You're going to win.
But them white boys from Hickory Tech.
What game are we playing?
Basketball, coach.
What color is this game?
White.
Exactly. They're white. You're black. This is basketball. Am I speaking fucking Chinese? I mean, come on, people. You guys are 25-0.
Yeah, coach, but that was against all black teams.
That's the point. Y'all gonna kill those Caucasians.
But coach, look at the fundamentals.
The fundamentals, it doesn't matter. It's all the same when you're some cement foot troglodyte white boy getting dunked on with a big pair of black fucking nuts hanging on your forehead. Speaking of nuts, Lucius, come on up here, Lucius. Tell them, how long is your dick?
I don't know, coach. Like a foot, foot and a half.
Foot and a half. Foot and a half? Their arm ain't even that long.
Well. Negroes gonna play basketball or what?
Yeah, you Negroes. What's the matter? Did you realize you didn't belong in a white man's game, you Negroes?
That's right. This isn't a game for Negroes. It's a game for good, honest white people.
So
Not
like
for
it
Negroes.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
understand?
Them men looking just like Schrager.
Come on, let me see what's behind the clip up here. That is Schrager. Hold on. Can you stop it over? I want to pause it with Schrager. I want to pause it right when it get here. That's it.
Yeah.
That's me. And that's Schrager right there.
Yep.
Good, honest white man.
Negroes.
There you go.
Nice.
Listen, with the hair on the shoulders, Art.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why he got fired, brother. He got fired because masculinity, you know, the black and Latino and Native Indian man is the epitome of masculinity.
That's right.
And every other man pales in our presence, and
right.
all that's on their mind is the member.
Yep.
And it's rough and it's tough, but shit, you know, 400 years of slavery, you know, the Lord got to balance that out somehow. You know, for us to survive this hell. You know, you reach down, you reach home from a long hard day of work, and you know what I mean, you get down to well, at least I got something, you know what I mean? Something to help out in this. Now imagine you on top of the earth, you have bombs, you got stealth bombers, you go into the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And if I say you ain't played a sport that people get ALS and tear the ACL, you ain't played, that wipes out your existence. You're a fragile man.
Yes.
Very, very fragile man. And you shouldn't be in charge. We should be in charge.
That's right.
Yes.
We should be in charge of the entire earth, because the standard we have, that's real masculinity. And the earth would be a better place with our standard of masculinity. You're too easily offended. Your ego is too easily bruised. And you want to make somebody pay for something that God did, according to DJ Khaled. Don't be mad with me. God did that.
That's right.
Lord did it. Go out in the desert and scream at the tornado. Go ask him why. But I ain't got nothing to do with us. Like that to water for that clip out here, because that's why Ryan Clark got fired. Got fired because of that. You know what I mean? You all want to get the last one with the ICE agent? I think we right there on the time. We passed the time. Shit. Oh, you're good. You definitely could hear it at least, because there's an audio. There's an audio of it. I could just definitely play the audio if that'll work for you.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
That'd be too wild.
All right, that's fine.
And so, like I said, if I could, while you pulling it up, this goes hand in hand with what we all was just talking about. This, what she's getting ready to describe with this ICE agent, white husband of hers, it goes hand in hand with the violence and the anger that these white men have. And it's so, like, a lot of people when they hear it, they can't fathom that the white man's severe violence and racism and hatred against us is simply reduced down to penis size. Like to them, it has to be more complex than that. Like, no, it can't be that.
No.
Oh, if you just understood that's it.
That's it.
That's it. I mean, like you said, even to bring out the lynchings, there's no need at all to even pull a man's pants down if you're lynching them.
That's right.
For you to pull a man's pants down and to castrate him and cut off his rod and his testicles, you're telling us exactly what this is all about. That's what this is all about.
Yep.
It's about that. And this is why these white men are violent. This is why they take jobs where they can feel powerful, because they don't feel powerful looking in the mirror.
No. Listen, even though you remember the thing with the actor Terry Crews, where the producer grabbed his, you know what I mean? Why?
Right.
What's that about? Why would you do that? Because that's really for you, that's what matters. That's the end all and be all. Let me play this thing. Let me know if you all can hear it. Are you all able to hear?
Live, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, hold up. Hold up. Hold on. I'm trying to find the damn thing. The main shooting. Okay.
He's an Army veteran and a former police officer.
What about now? You can hear now?
Yeah.
Hold up, huh?
Now, on paper, those qualifications might make him an ideal candidate for the job, but his ex-wife tells NPR's Vanessa Romo he's a violent person who never should have been given a gun. Vanessa has this report, which describes allegations of assault.
Ashley Brulette and David Brulette were only married for about a year and a half between 2007 and 2009. But she tells NPR.
We had been together from age 13 to 20.
So your entire childhood, you know him.
I know him.
The 37-year-old has identified her ex-husband as the officer who fatally shot Juan Duran Guerrero 4 times during an attempted traffic stop in Biddeford, Maine. NPR reached out to David Brulette for this story, but he did not return those messages. Ashley says the two of them haven't been in touch for months, but that changed on Wednesday when he called and asked for a favor.
He asked me to basically talk good in his character, not to talk bad about him, and I told him that I was not going to lie for him. He asked me not to talk about the abuse in our marriage, and I told him again I was not going to lie for him. I said, "Why did you do it? Did you do it?" And he said, "Yes, it was me. Yes, I was involved, but it was justified."
Listen, and I mean, for how many months the general's been saying this?
Yeah.
Beg it. You wives, you come out and talk. Snitch, talk on them. Say of all the abuse. You children, come and say it. You're gonna save lives. Once again, like even okay, and this is UPK on top of UPK. Because years ago, the general said the only way that we can get help to solve our problems is for our problems to become white people problems.
Concert.
Like when it started to affect the white man, now it's a problem. Now it's starting to affect him. After they killed not the Babbitt, what's the broad in Minnesota, the lesbian broad, and then the doctor Nicole something, and it's Petit or something is his name. The surgeon, not the surgeon, the nurse, the male nurse. Once they killed them, they started looking into this thing. People lost their job. The old FBI woman, Christy Nome, she lost her job, all that type of shit. Get the point? Now, this thing is more horrific, Akim. Hold up.
He insisted he acted in self-defense, she says, a claim she doesn't believe based on the abuse she says she suffered at his hands.
He hit me, choked me, and there was an incident where we had been fighting, and I walked away, and I got in the shower, and he comes in with a gun and points it at me and tells me that he's going to blow my brains all over the bathtub.
There were no...
Brother, you white woman, you rather stay home and protect that. Don't protect him. Which is why I say, listen, man, do you have to deal with them like they deal with us?
Yeah.
When somebody get a gun charge, they find the gun in the house, the whole house go into jail. Even the dog. When they arrested Young Thug and that old crew he got down there, the dog that was spray painted green, the police took the dog. What the fuck the dog do? Everybody got to go to jail. Like you feeding these ICE agents, you got to go to jail. You helping them out, you giving them sex, you got to get brought up on the carpet, or else talk about what they're doing.
There are no police reports to corroborate this story. Ashley says she was trauma bonded to Brulette and would always recant her story, even when she was the one to call the authorities. But there is a voicemail message. It's from November, when Ashley had filed a restraining order against Brulette. It goes on for 3 minutes, and it ends with this threat.
Do I think that you should have your throat cuts, or should have had them cut? Yep.
She says what the world has seen of her ex-husband this week is the violent man she's been trying to warn others about for decades. When their marriage had collapsed and they were in the middle of a vicious divorce back in 2009, she says she reached out to Brulette's platoon leader. He was with the Maine Army National Guard. She offered to fax over paperwork showing that he'd been diagnosed as having manic bipolar disorder and borderline schizophrenia, but they dismissed it as ravings of a bitter ex-wife, she says. A couple years later, Brulette was deployed to Afghanistan. He returned with post-traumatic stress disorder. She says that made her even more fearful of him. Then at the end of last year, when Brulette first told Ashley he'd been hired by ICE, she didn't know what to make of it.
I honestly thought that he was being delusional, and I didn't believe it.
An ICE spokesperson said the agency will not confirm or deny whether Brulette was the ICE officer responsible for Duran Guerrero's death. They said that the ICE officer in question has, quote, nearly a decade of federal law enforcement experience with required training. Ashley questions whether there was a background check. If there had been, they might have seen a trail of violence, like the time in 2022, when Ashley says Child Protective Services and the police were both called to his home after he threw his then 13-year-old daughter through a coffee table.
Brother, hold on.
Coffee table, yes.
Now, Ashley is distraught over this week's events, that someone has lost their life.
Brother, he threw that girl through a coffee table, but Joe Jackson is the most abusive dad ever. You had to make a whole movie biopic about Joe fucking Jackson. And you had to vilify Lamar Ball. Is it Lamar, LeVar Ball? I don't want to mess up his name. The brother who had 3 sons, LeVar Ball.
LeVar Ball.
Give me some more of them fathers who they say so. Deion Sanders. You had to downgrade him and his sons. But this damn small man, he's so small. He has to pick up a 13-year-old girl and throw her through a coffee table. That girl is scarred for life, Ark. Yeah. That girl is scarred for life, brother. And this is a devil. I could say, okay, I could identify with the incident to say, okay, all right, this is going to trouble this girl.
Okay.
And this is the oppressor we talking about here. Like, you white men, you need to stop being so goddamn small, man. You need to stop thinking small and acting small and just being so goddamn small. You're such a small man. And you destroy lives because you're too small. Let us handle the lives. We're big enough for it. We can handle it. We're big enough for it. We're strong enough for it. We can handle it. And they want us to handle it. They would prefer us to handle it.
Right.
They prefer us handle these things because we're just too big. It's so big and we can handle it. Man, I think we're done there for the night. And I think after this, brother, we gotta break the show. We gotta come back and do part 2 of the crippling effects of penis envy on the white man.
Yeah. I don't want concept.
The crippling effects of it, brother, because it's rough. It's a rough thing. I see you oppress a woman. I understand the women's liberation movement. You know why you used to get beat? And he come home drunk and he bust your eye and you had to be barefoot and pregnant? Because he was small. The Lord gave you a small man. So don't be mad at sisters. Don't be mad at sisters. Don't be mad at us. Don't be mad at us. You have an issue. You have to take that up with the Lord.
That's right.
And to Wada for joining us again. Big up everybody in the chat. Thank you all for liking and subscribing to this whole thing, man. We've done another episode back watch on Wednesday, Lord of Love. You'll tune into Command and Johnny Yahanna next Monday on the same channel, The Real Johnny Yahanna, 9 p.m., where we got giant, gigantuan, big men. Men who can handle business. Men who can safely handle business and don't need to throw nobody through a table. The men who can say something to make your spirit break in two and then put it back together. They ain't got to kill nobody. They ain't got to throw nobody through a table. They ain't got to go stalk some broad while she's bathing. You know how vulnerable she is there. You and her just argue. She go to bathe. If anybody knows a woman, she go to the bathroom after you're arguing because she trying to relax and decompress. She turn that shower on, standing there, get in the tub. It's not the end of the world. She just trying to relax and decompress. Here come your small ass coming in there with a gun. Because you're so goddamn small. You're tuned into Commander Yahanna next Monday, man, 9 p.m. Next Monday, man, where the future rulers of the earth, you can hear everybody dissect everything. I want to thank the usual suspects, as usual. Captain Nanthak, always on the inside with us. Captain Saka War, Memphis, Tennessee, holding the whole thing down. Captain Patas, India,
Midwest Barbecue. Remember that?
Y'all check it out. Come on, do the plug out. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Midwest Barbecue in Chicago, July 31st to August 2nd. Come on down. Come to Chicago. Get the information. Go to ISUBK Windy City on Facebook or go to ISUBK.com for more information. Commander Yahanna's doing a town hall meeting. We're doing a felony expungement, giving brothers guns rights back, and all that, and a great barbecue on that Sunday. So if you anywhere, come to Chicago, July 31st to August 2nd. Put it on the plans, man. Come on down for a weekend of fire.
That's right. I told water for that too, brother. Definitely for that. Also, we have on the inside Captain of Warrior. I'm holding it down, holding on the whole DMV zone with me. That's right. And Captain Kazak holding on the DMV, two tall one brothers, right hand and left hand. And of course, Trinidad Captain Sowapiala holding it down, man. The usual suspects every Wednesday. You're tuning with us every Wednesday, Lord Allah. We see you all soon, Israel. Shalom. Yabshin Shabbat. Shalom.
Back row.
Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes. There's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain riding on these whole rappers, my hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses, it's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gone on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, they got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani. My wave is like got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that God flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work.